Welcome to Whispers and Choco. This is how we do, and if you don't know, now you do. I'm Shawnee Whispers.
And I'm Mike Choco.
Together we are Mike and Sean in purebred loco. Oh no, we fucked that up. Okay.
Yeah.
And we might go loco.
And we might go loco.
And just in case you wonder what went wrong, or just in case you wonder what took long, we'll say that we're sorry, and this show is going.
Show is going
straight to. I like that one. Yes. Wow, we got an updated version of our intro.
Cutting and scratching.
Some scratches. What up? What up? What up?
Season 2, we're back, bitches.
Season 2 welcomes you. Thank you for listening to the Mike and Sean show.
It's us. It's all about us. Well, more me than him, but thanks that he's here, so we can have a good time. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this, man. Let's do it, bro.
All right.
We had some time off, so it was good. We recharged the batteries a little bit.
Yeah, traveling, did a lot of things.
Travel? Where'd you go?
I went to Manhattan.
Oh, I was going to say, I didn't know you went anywhere. Traveling.
I went to Boston.
Going to Manhattan is like fucking, it's like a movie. It's escape.
Nowadays,
it's
escape to Manhattan. No.
You gotta, if you get.
And nobody, by the way, nobody that lives in New York calls Manhattan, Manhattan.
Nah, only people live in Queens.
Yeah, only people that live on Long Island.
But I mean, we say the city or the Manhattan. But
it is.
If you go to the city, and there and back without getting pushed in front of a fucking subway, it was a successful night. It's a shithole.
35 successful years.
It's a shithole. New York City. In a world where New York City is safe and you can go out to dinner with your family and not get raped.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Fucking city's a joke. But anyway.
No. That's not what we're talking about.
It's the real Squid Game.
That's the way to start.
The real Squid Game. Are you ready for it?
That subway.
It is. I don't watch the Squid Games, but I know.
You didn't watch the Squid Games?
Nah. I don't know.
Did you? Ed.
I usually don't do what the whole world does.
It's not the whole world. Wait for them to watch it first, and then watch it after.
The fucking show came out 2 weeks before Halloween, and the whole store was Squid Games. 2 weeks. How the hell did they get all that shit out there? All the costumes.
Well, because out
2 weeks.
Other than here, it was airing in other places.
Nah, bro.
It was airing in other places, and that's how
it was airing in Japan. Whatever. I don't care.
So they got it first, and then the costumes came out.
It sucked.
The show?
Yeah, I watched 20 minutes of the first show.
Oh, then you didn't do enough. But
then somebody told me that the first show, don't watch. You got to get through the first show, and it gets really good through the second and third one. And I'm like, all right. I've missed shows.
That's a lot of misinformation. The first episode is legit.
No, the first episode was stupid.
It wasn't
the first 20 minutes was really dumb.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an opinion. That's okay.
Well, I'm not entitled to my opinion.
You are entitled to your opinion. And you have it, and you've presented it.
I said it was stupid. You said no, it wasn't. So I'm not entitled to my opinion.
And I disagreed with your opinion, that's all. I didn't say that you couldn't have it.
I disagreed with your shirt, but I didn't say anything.
Did you see the part where he starts banging the chickens?
No.
He was having sex, like 30 minutes into it, he's having sex with the chickens.
28, I stopped.
And she's like,
yeah, see? If I would have saw him fucking a chicken.
Bangs of feathers out.
He plucked that chicken.
If he made that noise, I'm totally watching that shit tonight.
That shit is like,
dude. Yeah. Timing is everything in life. 28 minutes, I shut it off. 29, he stick his penis in the chicken.
By 30, it's like she's impregnated.
I probably would have watched the whole season.
Yeah, 30 minutes, she's impregnated. It's a different story after that.
I would have binge watched the whole season.
Since that chicken love.
All right, well, so...
eat clean, bro.
So we have some chicken fucking motherfuckers shows that's going on Netflix. And we're already 4 fucks into season 2.
Season 2. Yeah.
Welcome back to all our listeners and all of our friends and family that may or may not be listening.
I mean, somebody's listening so that they can tell the other people whether they get back on it.
I'm sorry. We have...
Stop moving it. Stop moving the microphone.
We have a... I know, he keeps telling me not to move. We have a exciting season 2, I think, planned.
Yeah.
We got a lot of guests coming up. We have some people that we were excited about getting on, but we didn't. We tried to get people on last year. It was kind of like a last minute thing.
They didn't trust us, I think.
It was weird. I don't know. It was like
They were
last
like,
minute stuff.
I don't know if
We were
these
kind
guys
of
are going to be any good.
we were scrambling, and they still don't know if we're good. We're just fucking we're winging it.
We don't know. We don't care, but we know we care.
People like us enough to sit down and
care.
talk to us, so we're gonna have some guests this year.
But
We're
not on
actually-
the microphone or the camera.
No.
They'll talk to us in the bar or on the corner.
Right, but we were able to connive them into coming in and at least sitting down with us for a little bit. And we actually have a guest tonight who is here just because we're all transparent, a friend of ours is a pretty established. We all know Juanito Johnny Salgado is an established musician, but we have another friend who I was surprised to find out. He's not a longtime friend of mine. I've only known him for about a year. We played softball together, and he's the brother-in-law of a dude that we go back 25, 30 years with, 35 years, Alex Pinto.
Sal.
So our friend Sal is an accomplished, like, death metal, thrash metal, whatever the fuck you call.
Yeah,
like,
he hard
like that shit.
And I'm sorry if that's not the words that you say.
I mean,
but if you're listening, we're gonna go over.
That kind of stuff.
Come on in, say.
No, much better than what we did. But
Yeah, much better. He's got a great voice. I got to say that. And by playing softball, he's not here right now. But by not playing softball,
yeah, we're talking his replacement.
we're talking to his replacement.
We're saying, hey, we're explaining that.
So unfortunately, Sal had a double scheduling. Something that was more important than the Mike and Sean show.
Yeah.
And he's performing this weekend. And
so he couldn't be here today. So Anthony Pesa from my 8-team real estate group is sitting in with us today. And welcome,
yeah.
Anthony.
Been a pleasure.
We brought a real estate agent.
And we brought him in. We brought him in because actually last
he was
year,
real.
No, but last year we talked about we wanted to talk about real estate. You know, there was a lot of shit going on with COVID, so it was really hard to like talk about the real. It was everything was at a standstill. So real estate is just at a really ridiculous kind of situation right now, just at a point in where it's so tumultuous in every regard. So I said, what better than to bring in Anthony, who's an expert, to talk about. First of all, I wanted to really bring him in to speak about how easy it is. That people don't realize how easy it is to buy a house. You know, whether qualified or not. Like everybody thinks it's like the most ridiculously hard thing, you know, transaction to do. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody's qualified to buy a house, but a lot of people are qualified and have the wherewithal to do it and don't realize it. So what we're going to do is maybe just talk about a little bit of that and a few minutes on that as far as like what the steps are, what it takes to be qualified, what the steps are once you are qualified, and then maybe it'll just clear things up. You know, I remember when I was a kid, like nobody taught me about how to touch my penis. You know what I mean? It was always awkward. So
it was never awkward.
No, because you don't really, and you don't talk to your friends about it.
You go like, hey, by the way.
And then I remember the first time I was like, I figured it out. I was like, oh my God.
Why do I need to go out?
Why didn't somebody tell me this? You know?
But nobody's going to say, hey.
So this is what the show is about. We're going to try to tell people what they didn't know they could do
about real estate and
buying a house
at the same time.
Not touching their penis. We
right.
can talk about
Don't
that
touch your penis while you buy a house. Only after you buy the
house.
No,
the point of my statement was,
yeah. Once you're in there, you're in there.
The point of my statement was that knowledge is essential. You know, like and there are social idiots.
I like how you associated the knowledge of masturbation
sharing knowledge. Yeah, I wish somebody would talk to me about
or an apartment or
little things, just little things in life. You know,
that's the penis. It's a
like
little
my
thing.
penis.
Like the penis. It's a little thing.
So Anthony, welcome. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great,
I
man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I just met Anthony, so I don't know shit. So.
Yeah, and
we weren't really talking before. I feel like we were saving it for the
Mike doesn't really have too much data to go on with Anthony.
No data.
What I wanted to do with it, I wanted to talk about was people who don't realize. Okay, so you have a person who works a pretty good job. When I say pretty good,
what they're qualified for, right?
Well, I'm just talking about in a sense of you're making a good amount of money, you work for a good company. Because listen, we all know that, especially with COVID, we all know that there's no job secure. Like if you have a city job or a state job, you're probably a little more safe than most people. There are no jobs that are secure. My brother's wife got dumped after like 15 years of working for this company. No, there was no loyalty. I think it was even longer. It happens all the time. You see it all the time. But to somebody who has a job, who makes a good living, preferably a couple that has a good job, and they have a good credit score, how easy would it be for somebody to buy a home and pay a mortgage as opposed to paying a ridiculous New York City / Long Island rent?
I mean, well, it wouldn't be that hard. Something that you had mentioned before was you're qualified or you're not qualified.
Yeah, right.
So as long as you're financially qualified, I mean, if you can find something that's within your price range, it's really not that difficult. If you have to get a loan, obviously you're going to want to work with a bank to make sure that you're going to get to the finish line. But it really comes down to finding a house that you like and getting to the finish line.
Well, I think most people don't realize, you need a good down payment. That's first.
Most important, yeah.
So
Typically.
Obviously,
What would you say is a good down payment?
well, all right, so industry standard is about 20%, which is a lot of money.
Whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. If you're buying a $500,000 house, okay, if you're paying $500,000 for this home, you got to have $100,000 to be a standard down payment, which is a lot of money. Not that many people have $100,000 laying around. But like Anthony said, there are ways to get around that, like he said, somewhat. Like, you don't always have to have 20%. And if you go under a standard, you could still have a conventional loan and put 10% down. If you get FHA, you're starting to get into a little bit of a... I could let Anthony explain that.
Well,
So here's the crazy thing. I just have a question. It's like, because in the 90s, you had that real estate boom, right? And banks legally and illegally were just dumping money on people to go buy it. So somebody hits that bubble and it bursts, and what would you say would help them to trust to go do it again? Maybe they're renting in between. They're trying to reestablish themselves because of that bust. Because of the 90s, it was huge, right? So,
well, I look at it like this. If you buy a piece of property, you know that really in 5 or 10 years it's going to go up in value. So people tend to overreact to, the market is breaking down or wild shifts. But if you don't sell while the market is down, you're not losing money. You know what I mean? You're holding an asset and it might go down in value, but if you don't sell it when the market is down, you're not losing money.
Right.
So it's similar to like stocks, right? You have a house and you have a stock portfolio. So if the market is going crazy, let's say the market is up, it's really, really, inflated, and you have ridiculous prices for homes or stocks. If you don't sell it, you technically aren't making that money. So the same is true when it's reverse. So if it goes down and there's a bubble, as long as you hold until the market comes back up, you're not really taking.
So essentially,
a
the only time it affects you is when you buy or sell.
right, because
Yes.
when the bubble burst, a lot of people had to default, right? So the banks took over, and you're restarting. So somebody who's restarting, what helps them get the trust again to do it all over again?
I mean, I think it would depend on the individual, but you just kind of have to trust that the market is going to keep going up.
Listen, to be honest with you, though, in my opinion, I think you don't have a lot of people that lost or got foreclosed on more than because they didn't pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, now, listen, COVID aside, don't get me wrong. There's many people that lost their jobs. What I'm talking about is, you're saying like a bubble. It takes a lot for you to lose your home. You follow what I'm saying?
No, I'm going by what actually has happened. No, I'm going by what actually has happened. I'm not. It's not like
What has happened?
imaginary
What though?
affair.
You're saying a bubble bursted. There's no specifics of what you're talking about. What do you mean a bubble bursted?
See,
In the 90s, first of all, the 90s real estate
Right.
went through a boom.
That's 30 years
A
ago.
high sell. You're right. I'm not talking about the 90s by itself. I'm saying about what would you say that helped people trust it again, trust the system again?
So-
what the fuck is funny about that?
in the 90s, I mean, I was a kid in the 90s.
Like
He
what I'm
got Joe
saying,
Pesci on you.
what am I? What am I, a fucking clown? What am I, a clown?
We're only
What am I
good when we
doing?
argue. No, because I don't understand your question. It's stupid.
I was more in the 2000,
I'm sorry, I love you.
like 2008, 2009, 2010, and the reason why the bubble burst then is because of people were getting loans that they couldn't afford to pay back.
That's what I'm saying.
So the reason why that happens is because the banks were lending them so much
they
money.
They were pushing it. They were
They
pushing
were
for them
pushing
to
it
double
on
it
a
up.
handshake. Hey,
Right.
you want $500,000?
We're gonna give
Here
you
go.
more.
Go ahead, take it. So when people weren't able to pay those loans back, then they started defaulting. Then the banks are losing money, and they have to start taking the homes
But they're
back.
sweeping in the property.
So
and
the
then
banks have
selling
to
it.
learn and be smart
So
about who
what
they're
I was
giving
saying
loans
was
to.
right. So that those
That's
people,
why it is the way it is now.
right? Like what would you say to the people that don't trust the system again?
Right, who don't
to
trust
go
the
and
banks.
do it? Who don't trust the banks?
Well,
I'm gonna
banks
do it.
don't work that way anymore because now what's
Yeah.
going on is
There's regulation, but still, every time you turn around, there's still something
No,
going
but
on.
there-
I'm just
what's going on
speaking
now-
in general. So allowing if somebody would have this conversation with someone else, like brand new, like, oh, I just heard this show and they were just saying like you can trust the system again. That's all.
Well, the banking system now is they'll pre-approve anybody. Not, well, all
I
right.
don't know about that.
Okay.
They're not gonna
Don't get me
pre-approve
wrong. No,
anybody.
I talk loosely.
Yeah,
They
very loose.
They pre-approve people who are qualified, right? But that may not be qualified to get the loan essentially at the end of the day. So, and that's where I see deals are falling apart.
This is what I would say. Trusting the system. I mean, it's hard to trust the system. We know that the system is flawed. Okay, I think it's more about looking at real estate as an investment, as a long-term asset, and seeing the benefits of holding a piece of property, because as time goes on, it's going to appreciate in
it's
value.
better than having money in the bank.
It's better. It's way better than having money in the bank. If
better
you
than
have
having
money in the
stocks.
bank right now, just based upon inflation, what you see right now, you're losing money.
Right.
That cash is by the day losing buying.
Banks are business. They go out of business, just like they have
Of
good, they have
course.
bad.
It could happen in the split
Real
second.
estate, I mean, property value generally doesn't devalue unless, like, a nuclear bomb drops, and then who the hell's selling a house
No,
anyway?
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I understand the idea. It's like to try to tell
Well,
someone.
because
like,
we've
hey,
had some tough
try
times.
to
Mike.
trust the system.
We've
to
had tough
continue
times,
to.
and value really never dropped. You know what I mean? Like plummeted to the point of
No, not plummeted, but because a lot of people listen. You're holding out to the idea that somebody wants this. They're
Look at
going to want
COVID.
it, and I'm not going to
COVID's
lower
a
it.
perfect example, though.
A lot of
You know,
prices
COVID-
went down, and
It
then they
always
went back
bounces
up.
back.
Nothing
It always
went down.
bounces
It always
back.
that's
It
what I
always
mean. But
bounces
it
back,
went down
for the
fast,
most
and then it
part.
went back up fast. It's a
Slug
difference.
on the
That's usually how it
check-in.
does. That's usually
The
how it
boys
goes.
are back.
Right, like so, like because like in COVID, there's a lot of prices that went down, right? But there's a lot of prices that stood still. They were just
home
holding
prices
out.
never went down.
Well, home prices.
There were a few. I mean, maybe what you've seen is like, but
Mike, I'm telling you, they didn't go down. I'm telling you, I started in this business right at that time.
You're right
prices
before,
never
yeah.
prices never dropped.
What happened was there was a
They
pause.
didn't.
I mean, some, not a lot. I mean, there were some that like.
There was a pause when COVID hit. There was a pause. Everything kind of froze. You know what I'm saying? But then as people started moving out of the city and into places like Nassau County or into other parts of the country, wherever it may be, the demand shot up because everyone's trying to buy
the
houses.
apartment. Like, well, I work in the city, and I work in an apartment building.
Well, that's
right?
you're talking
And-
about a whole different world.
No, I'm not. But
Prices dropped in the
apartments
city
are
because the
different.
city's a
Apartments are
joke.
Yeah, but
Manhattan was getting
it's not-
slammed.
But that's what. But so when you say that none of it went down, that's not none of it.
No, but that's
right?
not. But no. Because I'm
You're
talking
saying
about
that you're talking about Whitestone or the
no,
suburbs.
I'm talking about property value. You're talking about rentals.
No, we never said property.
Your
No,
buil-
I'm not talking about
your
rentals. I'm talking about
your buil-
co-ops, condos.
Your building's a co-op?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Did
real
you have-
money, not
let me ask-
rental money.
all right, let me ask you a
Co-ops took a
question.
hit.
Let me ask you a
People
question.
didn't want to live in buildings.
Huge.
Can I ask you a question? During COVID, how many vacancies did you have in your building?
Oh
A
my
lot?
God, we were at 40%.
You had a lot.
and not just mine, but there's other ones too.
Right. So now let me ask you a question though.
Yeah,
That doesn't devalue the value.
I didn't
of-
say that they devalued, but
Just
people
listen to
did
what I'm
drop the
telling you.
prices.
No,
though.
you're right, but they didn't leave because they left New York City for a whole different reason. It had nothing to do with property value. It's because it was violent.
No,
It's
that-
becau-
not all the
Don't tell-
cases. Not. What do you mean? Don't tell you? I'm
They
there.
office buildings shut down. They were shutting businesses down.
Correct, and
so
people
a lot
were
of those
working
people
from
didn't
home.
need to live there, right?
They were working from home.
Correct. But listen, you don't think people moved out of New York because it was violent, because it got dangerous?
I think some did. I just said not the vast
Some.
majority.
New York
Some.
City was the biggest city that people were moving out of for like a year and a half statistically in the country. So not some. The whole city was
I
leaving.
don't know, not the whole city. I was commuting every day through all of it.
Right.
While everybody was sitting home and typing and doing I was commuting every fucking day through that. So there were people out there. It was live. They lie when they tell you that it was dead, that it was so violent and New York City was dead. That was bullshit.
Oh, it's not violent. So
I didn't
people
say
aren't
that-
getting put
I didn't
pushed in
say-
front of
okay.
fucking
I think
trains.
the violence is
Dude,
kind
it's-
of something.
Yeah,
a
but
little
why?
bit more
But yeah, but
recent.
it's like, yeah, but like.
Because you're downplaying it, bro. It's a
I'm not
city's a
downplaying
fucking
it.
disaster,
It's not-
dude.
it's- Okay,
It might be better. It's on the rise.
It's not
now.
that bad as
it's on the rise. It's definitely getting better.
It's not that bad as it's made
no,
out
it's getting
to.
more occupied. They're bringing people coming back. Dude, listen. Let me tell you something. As long as people don't feel safe, the city's not going to thrive. And don't tell me people feel safe in the city. It's the if you think people feel safe, you're out of your minds, dude.
Okay,
There's
I'm out of my mind.
Mike,
Okay.
you take the city. You take the subway, right? You're fine on the subway. So if you see somebody get pushed in front of a train, which has happened 8 or 9 times in the last 2 years, if you see something like that happen in front of you, do you feel safe taking a train? Or when the tourist got killed 2 months ago? You feel safe?
I still get up and go on.
You
there.
do. Does the average person feel safe?
I didn't say that everybody. I didn't say everybody.
But that's what I'm
never
saying.
said,
Because,
like,
but it's the whole idea of the city. This
all
is
right,
why
so
people left.
you're right. So
this is why there was vacancies.
It's just
There
too
was
violent. It's all
vacancies
vacancies, but everything else except for the
No,
city
Glenwood
was
Management.
flourishing.
Jojo told me
everything's flourishing.
Jojo told me. Well, now it is. They're getting better. Jojo told me 40.
back.
Yeah, it's bouncing back. Everything does. It's fucking New York.
But it did take
But
a hit
nobody
because
said
nobody
it was-
wanted to be in the city.
But it's
with
still
COVID.
dangerous.
But nobody wanted
It's
to-
still dangerous. Though.
Nobody wanted to be in New York.
I hate the city.
My
I never go to Manhattan.
A friend of mine told me a story.
fucking hate
Went to the
Manhattan.
Knick game the other day. His son went, 25 years old with his girlfriend, left the Knick game, went down 7th Avenue to go get a bite to eat, and got punched in the face from no reason for some big dude with a group of dudes. Went over, just wrecked him, broken jaw, wired jaw. Just went to a Knick game 3 to 4 nights ago. So
up.
listen, and it was happening when we were a kid. This shit is happening at a ridiculously alarming rate, and that is the fact. There's no way ifs, ands, or buts about it. That shit don't happen in Queens. Listen, it's happening around here, up the block. There's a new. We don't want to call it a CBD store. It's a weed store. They sell weed products. They got robbed at gunpoint 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
When?
At gunpoint, like 2 weeks ago. Gunpoint.
Yeah.
20 steps from here. You go to the corner, right around the block.
Around the block. Yeah.
Do you know why these dispensaries only deal with cash? Is because banks
No,
still
because other
banks
businesses.
still
More process-
Yeah.
right. The banks still look at
there's
have a
other
frown
businesses.
a frown on that.
We got burglarized 2 weeks
Yeah.
after, 2 days after. It's just what I'm saying. All I'm saying is,
but on that, but just on that one, it was like all over the country.
No, it is.
All the dispensaries they have to hire security guards because it's a cash business. Because banks still won't. When it says cannabis and they're still frown on it,
don't
and they're
wanna process
afraid
those
that the
transactions,
people that
exactly.
invest in their banks
right.
will decide to, because that's
oh,
a right,
we don't-
it's a
well,
right wing
we don't like
conservative
weed,
thing.
we don't
Dude,
like
the
weed.
point.
Yeah,
My
it's not
point
good
is,
for you. It's the
listen,
gateway to hell,
It's the
something.
gateway.
my point is that when people feel safe, everything is better. Money is better. Spending is better. It's amazing to me that, I'll be honest with you, it just shows the how strong New York really is, because all sales.
It's the best city in the
dude,
world.
right now, Macy's, they just reported best sales in 3 years. Thriving Christmas sales. I don't even know. Isn't there a product shortage? What are people buying?
Well, no,
But
it's
I
not
guess
even
not.
product.
the boats,
That's what I'm saying. So who
off the
who
beat.
knows what's really? You know what I
There's
mean?
they do talk about the shortage in supplies.
Supply chain.
Right.
The supply chain,
Materials
right?
and
I was looking for that. That's that phrase, supply chain, right? And it's always
I got
well,
flustered.
you're not
It's all
going to
pissed
get
off at me.
you're not going to get your eggs. You're not going to get you didn't get me flustered. You maybe want to hit you over the head with a bottle, but not flustered. Flustered is something different.
I did my job.
Yeah, it's but so they're always telling you the supply chains, and it's funny. It's when it went down and when COVID went down, and there were all these different places where you couldn't go to get stuff. There were places that were completely flourishing, and it didn't make any sense.
Bell Boulevard.
What do you mean?
So there's a
Bell
food.
Boulevard flourished to COVID. Flourished.
I
Because
always
everyone's
forget.
going out to get drunk.
I forget. Yeah, but not that. But I mean, there was a
Food-wise, though.
There's a food market. Yeah, the ordering every place that had food. People would
Restaurants
order
were taking
from
a
it.
beating in New York. They were allowed to open on the sidewalks. People were going out. Dude, you could see it even in the middle of COVID. People were videoing the Upper East Side.
What's the street where
The streets
JD's?
they were shut down. There's nobody driving.
What's the road that
It was
JD's
like a
on?
street festival.
What's that?
JD's?
Yeah,
35th.
that's
35th
35th,
Avenue.
right?
35th.
So on the other side of the expressway, have the bagel shop,
Yep.
right? The pizzeria.
Mini Mart,
well, right
whatever.
next to that mini mart.
Yeah.
They have their own farms and they bring it in, and it's all fresh fruit and vegetables. And every time you went in there, they were fully stocked. It's all healthy products in there also, but they were fully stocked
That's
every
not the
single
same.
time.
That was my grandma's mini mart. That's not the same as the old owners.
No, but I mean, but
that place
you
is
go
always-
in there
yeah,
and it's
always
always
stocked.
stocked. And there was one day I went in there and
Or
I
the
asked,
people,
and
that
they'll-
work for them aren't afraid to work.
They're
That could be
no,
it,
they
too.
weren't afraid to work, and their farms that they get it from, they were just everywhere else was saying that we didn't have the vegetables or certain fruits, you go there and they had it and they had abundance of it.
It could be because it's local. Maybe they source it locally.
But they go to it's funny because they go to the food universe, the supermarket over there, and that place would be run out of stuff because
Well,
they
because
trusted
they
it.
don't
where they
locally.
get it from a
Trusted it.
different
They're
place.
not sourcing it
though.
locally.
They're not
But they
sourcing it
also
locally.
and they also trusted that place because it's a bigger
Dude, it's
chain.
listen.
And also, so
Yeah.
There's no problem. I'm just
saying
I never watch the news.
No, I get what you're saying.
I never watch the news, and today I decided to
Yeah,
like.
like the Walmart's going to be empty.
Right.
But the local grocery
right,
store.
CVS is not
Well,
gonna like we
because-
don't have eggs.
We don't
but
have
like
exactly.
if you go
Yeah,
over
but
to
it
that
makes
market,
sense.
It
Across
makes
the
sense
street.
though because all the shit that involves those big chains are being affected.
Exactly.
Trucking,
Exactly.
shipping, the building of the materials. The materials aren't getting shipped to those places
exactly.
to build
Exactly.
dressers and fucking beds. All those
well, you
$100
can get your
beds.
dresses from IKEA from the prisons. That's where they build.
Yeah,
them,
but
so.
even Walmart's shit.
Oh, also Walmart.
They make all their
the
own cheap
prisons
shit.
also make Walmart material. That's
all
why they
garbage.
That's what they pay those guys $2.
all that garbage
a
that
week.
people
That shit is
buy
fucked up.
That's
is available,
That's
but
very
all the
fucked
good
up.
stuff that
but
you want to buy.
It's a true story.
True shit. If you want to buy a good quality dresser, you can't find it. But if you want to buy like a cheap Walmart or IKEA dresser, they're
well,
on
they're
every
not
corner.
cheap. You just have to put it together
No,
yourself.
they're fucking cheap.
It's cheap. The quality is cheap. It's
Oh,
like
it's
pressed
cheap,
wood. It's
dude.
like
It's
cheap
garbage.
garbage.
It
It's not
lasts
like
for
how
a
it used to
lasts
be.
for a long time though.
Yeah,
used to
But
be-
it's not meant. First off,
If you don't
I say
put
like
anything
what it
on
used
top
to
of
be,
it.
it's the same thing as tools. Like all those tools that you get that are like made in China.
So
why would you make something that you could buy, you could have for 25 years? If I could make something you could get for 5 years,
because it's trash.
right? But that's everything is trash.
Well, it's all
everything
about
is
money.
made.
It's all about money.
Right, but that's
So
what I
if it
mean.
doesn't
You don't
last
want
that
you
long,
want
they're
what
gonna
to
keep
sell.
I
buying
guess
it.
I
They're gonna
wouldn't
buy it
sell
over and
you.
over and over
I
and over
wouldn't
again.
sell you one wrench that you could have for 25 years. I'll sell you one that
I
might
guess
last for
IKEA
like 3
Yeah,
years.
but that's the fucked up thing because
That's
they
right.
should make things that last you 25 years, but they're
Nah.
making it. Oh,
They
it's going to
did
last you
25 years ago.
Exactly, and now it's like,
They-
no, let's make the thing that's going to last
Ah,
5
well,
years
why-
and have people keep.
Well,
fucking
that's the
buying
same
it.
thing with the big pharmacy. Why would they heal you?
Well, the
That-
money.
they're not
They
in
say
the
the
healing.
money's in the
Well, if I can give
medicine.
you-
They're not in the
It's not
healing.
a cure.
If I
The
can
money's
give
in
you
the
something to
medicine.
be addicted to, I'll give you something so that it will prevent the addiction.
They-
And when
yeah,
you're
they-
addicted
Exactly.
to
They're not in the
It's a
curing
cycle.
Then I'm
business.
just gonna have to
They're
shoot
in
to
a,
get out of it.
they're in a will make you feel better for 10 minutes business.
That lasts a little longer than that, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it depends. I took a Viking and it lasted me like 4 days once. It was so fucked up. But yeah,
that, I took a Vicodin and it lasts me right now.
Oh my God, I haven't eaten a Viking in like probably 5 years.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of those.
Maybe
things in
4
a long
years.
time,
Oh,
man. The people
God.
don't talk about those.
Blech. I
Not
think
recently.
I would probably throw up if I took a Viking. I used to before my back surgery, I was eating like 15 to 20 a day.
What?
Yeah, it was bad.
How are you alive?
I don't know. And then I quit
What
cold
the
turkey when I had my
fuck?
surgery.
Because he would take heroin to counterbalance.
It was dude.
That's bad.
It was straight heroin.
He was just like he would
That
just
is. That's
bend,
what it is.
He
That's
But
would,
you know, it was
he
only
would bend his lip and inject the heroin.
was only
right
when I
into
went
it.
out.
Yeah.
That took care of everything.
only when I
that's
went
not
out.
true.
When I was home.
That's not true.
No, I'm not. Dude, I'm not even lying. I would probably eat. I was getting 120 a month, and I would run out in like 2 weeks because my doctor. I was supposed to take one every 4 hours, right? Or
He
two,
was taking
two every 4 hours.
4 every 1 hour.
Dude, I used to have to take two just to get out of bed to brush my teeth
Yikes.
because I couldn't I was crushing my sciatic. It was bad, bro. But I had the
Crushing
surgery
my
because I
sciatic.
knew I was
sciatica.
done. I knew I was fucking done with these. The minute I had the surgery, I walked out of the hospital. I heard theme music, bro. I didn't. Never,
Good, God bless, man. That
yeah,
shit is
I think
bad.
I probably taken like 25 since that day, maybe more. But dude, it was bad. It was bad. It was really, really bad. But only when I went to work, and I bartended 3 days a week. And the other days I was laying in bed. I didn't get out of bed.
Well, you were doing the construction, weren't you?
Oh, I was out of work because that time I hurt my back.
But then when you finished the surgery, you never went back.
Yeah, it took a year after the surgery. I took like 6 months off, and then I went back.
Right back into that shit.
Yeah, I had to make money. I didn't want to go back. It sucked. But I had to. Hey,
You up
listen.
there with the whipping winds.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed working and doing it. I just hated the fucking people I worked with.
Yep.
Bunch of jerk offs.
Tell me about it.
That's the way it is. So I'm just glad. I'm glad I work with you now, Ant.
I appreciate that.
I don't
You know,
work with any jerk
I really like
offs.
working with you too, Sean. I think it's great.
Yeah, we got a good thing.
Honestly,
going on.
no.
Well, I mean, I just had.
Mike doesn't
he's
like working with me.
I
so-
appreciate. He said, "I appreciate working with you."
Yeah, he
yeah, I
does.
do.
You
I'm
Shut
grateful.
up, Mike. Stupid.
I mean, you know, Sean is Sean. Sean is Sean, but Sean's great. He's great.
And that is the answer that solves everything.
All right, so shut
because
up.
Sean
man.
is just Sean, and you just fucking deal with Sean
Look,
when he's just Sean.
Well-
and because he's when you deal with it, it's just fucking Sean, and then you deal with it.
Everybody has their own way about them. Everyone, right?
It's not like I'm a cankersaur.
And when we're working together,
No, you're not a cankersaur.
No, when we're working
You're
together,
a saw, but not a cankersaur.
he makes it work. Whatever he does, however he does it, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he makes his sandwich in his kitchen.
You know why? You know
that
what it
shit
is?
comes out good.
I'm unorthodox.
You know what it is? It's like
Fuck
when
it.
he starts to talk, it's so authentic, like almost Archie Bunker, that they appreciate that nostalgia.
Archie, I don't even.
But I'm
I
not
don't
Archie
really know
Bunker.
about
He's
Archie
like,
Bunker.
go.
I'm not Archie Bunker.
You're like
bro.
Archie Bunker if he was a guinea from Bensonhurst.
That's not true, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is.
God.
It's
First of all, I'm
true.
not even a guinea from Bensonhurst.
No, but you sound like it when you talk. If you call, if you call this
No, I
guy
don't.
and just listen to you,
I sound like a dude from Flushing.
not Flushing.
That's how I talk.
It's Brooklyn. It's the Brooklynese.
I grew up in Flushing. What do you
Hey,
mean?
I grew up with. Yeah,
Where'd
that's
you
there it
grow
is.
up?
Oh, same
Right
place,
across the street
same
from
place.
me.
Well, you two do definitely sound different. He sounds like Queens. Like you hear him talk,
And he sounds like he's
definitely
fucking grew up in Millwood, like Jerk Off USA.
I can't pinpoint it. You know?
Jerk off USA. Jerk off USA.
The way you say jerk off, it sounds
Hey,
like
hey,
Queens.
yo,
Jerk off.
fucking jerk
Fucking
off,
jerk
eh?
off.
Look at this
Lady
jerk
Life
off
just
over here.
Lady Life just chimed in and she said the city is thriving. She was out and about, and I don't know something.
Moulin Rouge last night.
She was out at- she was on Moulin
It's
Rouge?
gone. The message is gone.
She
That's why.
was
She went to
Moulin-
Moulin Rouge last night. And she said the city was jumping.
Yeah.
The city is definitely back. Like, I saw a video of. I don't go to them. So all of my witnesses accounts are video because I hate Manhattan.
Me too.
So,
I don't go to Manhattan.
I'm not going.
I'll fuck with
Just
Queens
for the
and
Knick
Brooklyn.
game. I'll go
Queens
to
and
the Knick game.
Brooklyn. I hate crossing the bridge to the Bronx. To
I don't
Manhattan.
want to.
Nobody goes to
No,
the
I go to
Bronx.
Bronx.
Nobody goes to Bronx.
I was in the Bronx a
Forget
couple
it.
times last week.
No way.
I went to the Bronx Zoo. Me and my girl. We did
Yeah,
that.
it's like after Yankee Stadium and the
14,000
Bronx Zoo.
steps.
Other than that, you just drive through the Bronx.
Yeah, Bronx
unless
Zoo was
you're
good.
from there.
Oh, and then we went to. You know where we went? You know where?
And the
Golden
Botanical
Corral. Do you remember when last season when I was bitching that there were commercials for Golden Corral, but there was no Golden Corrals around?
Yeah, you
I
went
found
to
one in the Bronx.
It makes sense.
And I had
It
to go
makes
to-
sense.
Yeah.
I know
It
where
makes
he
sense.
went.
I had to go to the Bronx for it, but I found one, and it was freaking delicious.
Never been there.
Oh, the Golden Corral's great.
Golden Corral.
It's just awful American food.
Yeah,
it's, like
it's, you know, like-
fucking- It's why every reason why Americans are fat.
Have you ever eaten at the Olive Garden?
It's so good.
I have one time.
Trash.
And like
One
you
time.
you don't want to go back, but you do want to go
It's the
back
salad.
because you know it's the salad. It's
And
the breadsticks and the salad.
The breadsticks with the
Yo, the
fucking-
fettuccine
the
Alfredo.
The Alfredo sauce is so good.
You know
and
what?
that's it.
I always say though.
Everything else is garbage.
It's garbage.
Nah, I always say, and me and Joe, we've had this conversation. I feel like I could cook better at home.
Oh, yeah,
than when
for
I'm
sure.
gonna get an Olive
100%.
Garden or even
I-
a steakhouse. Like
I
You
went
might
to-
be able
let
to
me
cook
fucking
better
cook
at
that
home
steak.
blindfolded with one arm and no ingredients.
I gave in Trish.
Yeah,
Trish
the fettuccine Alfredo comes in a plastic
Yeah,
bag.
then
They
you-
rip it
they
open, they
squeeze
squeeze
it
it
out,
out.
they
Like,
squeeze it
like
out.
when they're drawing up a
100%.
birthday cake.
and
they're
they
like,
just rub it on with a knife. And they're like, I got this.
dude, it's fucking. That place is just. It's a
Awful.
disgrace. It's disgraziats.
Well, I like when the
Disgusting.
commercials come on. It was like, a true Italian. I went had true Italian. I went to
yeah,
Olive
right,
Garden.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
It was like, oh no, you mother
Just awful.
awful.
That's gross.
But yeah,
Awful.
so the food at Golden Corral was damn fattening and good. It was.
Yeah,
good.
it's that-
the
it's
dessert area.
They have
God.
that creamy butter sauce that they put on the
disgusting.
chicken.
Oh, it's so good,
is
dude.
filthy.
They're rolled.
The fried chicken.
but
The fried chicken and butter rolls are crack. Fried chicken was great. The fettuccine Alfredo was great. It's good. You know what's funny?
It's not good,
You know what's,
but it's good.
It's weird though because the Golden Corral is like a redneck white trash restaurant, and it's in the middle of the freaking Bronx, across the street from the fucking projects in Parkchester. It's the wildest location.
well, it makes
like
of
all the places
if you
you're
come
gonna
from
choose
poverty,
to open
like
up.
it's one step up.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like of all
Like,
the
yo, the-
places in New York you choose to open up, and that's where you open
That's
up.
the pot.
Like across the street, like it's just wild, dude. I'm like, what the
But
fuck?
even the
Neighborhoods
fact
changing.
that but even the fact that like two white people are driving through and you're like,
It's right on Tremont,
let's
bro.
go
It's
there.
crazy. It's,
and Tremont is
no, it's gay. It's ghetto.
ghetto.
But there's parts of, I mean, Tremont Avenue.
Where I was, ghettos,
belong,
projects.
You know,
Ghetto.
I don't really know too much about the Bronx. So
Yeah, oh, it's-
I don't really. I'm not gonna say much.
There's not too much you want to know about the Bronx. Yankee Stadium, Bronx
Yeah.
Zoo,
Botanical Gardens,
and
and Fordham University.
and then it's a way to get through to upstate.
how do you go up? Yeah. How do I get to Jersey?
I
and
actually
you-
went to Bronx Science for high school.
Did you?
That's where I
Yeah,
went
we
to
have friends that went there.
Scanlon's
Scanlon.
good. Yeah. Fuck
I
Bronx.
hated the fucking.
I hate the
Canadian.
Bronx.
Holy shit,
No,
man.
you know what? I shouldn't say that I hate the Bronx. I don't trust anybody from the mainland.
the mainland.
Yeah, we're in an island, bro. We're islanders, man. Whether you like it or not.
Oh,
man.
you mean
we're a different breed,
across the
bro?
bridge?
Yeah, when you go over the bridges, you're on the mainland. Man, fuck those people, bro. I don't trust them, man. I just don't like them. We're islanders, man.
Yo, he just put he just put an accent in, and he was like, "I'm gonna roll with it."
I don't like them, man.
It might not work. It might not work, but I'm just gonna keep rolling with this
like
accent.
Samoan. I watched the Yokozuna documentary.
This is your conscience telling you not to do that accent again. Thank you, and have a great day.
Aloha.
This is your conscience.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Travis. First of all,
this
Travis
is your conscience
Scott,
telling
Travis
you
Scott
again.
thing was a fucking disaster. Listen, I know it sounds like ADD. I changed subjects, but
Oh no, it doesn't sound like
Studio
it.
mic.
It is.
No, here we go.
Studio mic.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yo.
Studio Mike flashes these articles in front of me, and I
Studio
react to
Mike.
it.
And he goes
Yeah,
skimming
that's Studio
through
Mike.
all of them.
Because
Studio Mike, I like
that's
that.
Mike the actor, and
goes
that's Studio
Studio
Mike.
I like that.
But Studio Mike keeps fucking putting these articles in front of me, so I'm gonna respond.
No, the
Travis
school.
Scott.
Oh, the school.
Travis Scott. No, douchebag. Because douchebag. That guy. Did you see what the reports are now?
You see how I told him don't talk until the show starts.
Yeah. He's like, save it for the show, dude. No, the shit that's coming out with that dude, he's in trouble, bro.
It's
That
a
guy's
tragedy.
in
man.
trouble.
It's a tragedy.
It's a
Yeah, but
shouldn't
dude,
happen.
awful.
the more that comes out about him, though, like,
Drake got yanked into it.
well, he
Like,
he
Wasn't
kind
he
of threw Drake.
performing while it was
Dude,
happening?
there's a witness now. There are multi-witnesses that are stating somebody told him that people were dead, and he said, "This is what we do. This is what we do. We
Yeah, that's-
break shit and we party."
If he said that, that's terrible.
This is witness account. I heard this the other day, but this is all going. This is what the lawsuit. This is what the lawsuit's about, because these people are saying that they tried to have him stop multiple times, right? And he refused to stop. Like, there was like 3 or 4 different people said they tried to get him to stop.
Well, there were videos of fans crawling up on the stage,
Crying.
trying to- screaming,
And he-
yelling, "Hey, stop the show! Stop
And
the
there's
show!"
videos of him saying break shit. Like, dude, he's been known to do this shit. So, listen, stupid. What does Mama say? Mama always says, "Stupid is as stupid does." That motherfucker's stupid, and he did some stupid shit. And Drake, who I thought was a little bit smarter businessman, he's in some shit now too, because this is going to be all attached.
It wasn't his fault. I mean, you know
Isn't it
what?
his
At the end of the day,
production?
you know what? You know the sad part that it looks bad on the professionals in the industry.
But it's Travis
everybody
Scott.
who's
Exactly,
out
the
there.
people who put it together.
But it's his.
Now-
But it's his. Isn't it his music festival? Isn't it Travis?
Yeah,
Scott?
but I mean, the
So
people
he
that
hires all those
really
guys.
want, like all the other artists, now it kind of throws a eyesore on them. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anybody
Yeah, but
right now that wants to have a concert, yeah,
Right. But it's the obvious. Do you know what it is? It's like
They like that.
Ozfest. You
Yeah,
know, it's
they like those concerts where you squish and you squeeze and you like everybody
Right.
jumps and
Well,
they
but
they
he's
like that.
telling them to do that.
Yeah.
Jump the fence, jump the barricade, jump the stage,
Jump the shark.
And he keeps doing that, and people do. They jump on people and they fucking killed them. So, are you
up.
responsible technically? I don't know, bro. He's in trouble, I think.
Not even technically.
You
I mean,
guys-
if he's got the microphone and you hear a recording and he's like,
Not
yeah,
technically, he's
jump
in
into
charge.
it.
Yeah.
There's no technically time.
Yeah.
It's an
It's pretty much
actuality
cut
that he's
He's being sued actually
Yeah.
for
No.
750 million.
we were just talking
The
about the
lawsuits just
price.
started. The lawsuits just started.
yeah.
It's
And,
gonna
then,
be
and then that last kid, the
billions.
It
9-year-old,
was $2
that,
billion
I
right
heard
now.
that's
the 9-year-old
That's what
kid
we
is
were
even
talking
worse.
Well, why would you let a 9-year-old go? To
That's-
fucking
that's- see,
Travis
that's
Scott
another
concert?
thing.
Well, his
That-
parents were there,
The-
but they
Yeah,
just
but
let him
still,
go
that's
into it.
That's not music.
What kind of parenting is
or
that?
An
You're bringing,
environment for that.
you're bringing your kid to.
Okay, don't judge the parents.
Yeah, I'm
now.
judging
No,
a
but you
parent.
know what you're
If
gonna
you're a
get when
parent
you
and
go
you bring
there.
your
You're gonna
kid to
get
a Travis
weed
Scott
smoking,
and Drake
cursing, all
concert,
kinds of
you're a
crazy
fucking
shit.
awful
My,
parent.
my,
You
my
know,
9-year-old, I would have
you
been like, "Stay in the car. This is for me."
I don't know.
Stay in the car.
Right.
You don't bring them in like.
You're a
hey,
better
He
parent
was
if
like, "Come on, enjoy."
you're a
it,
better
man."
parent if you lock your kid in the car with the car running than you are if you bring him into a Travis Scott concert.
That's a little extreme.
Yeah, I heard Travis Scott's concerts are
The
killer.
kid shouldn't have been
Cox.
there. The kid shouldn't have been
I
there.
was saying, go Travis Cox.
Travis
Who
Scott.
are you talking about now?
Travis Cox.
I was talking about Travis Cox.
He puts a killer concert together.
What was the?
And just like that, no censorship now,
What
but
is
just
the-
give it a moment.
What's the lifespan of a German
of
Shepherd?
a Travis Cox?
Of a German Shepherd? I don't know what the fuck do I look like.
Is that a real question or a setup for a joke?
I think he set me up.
You feel like a Travis?
He set me up for something. I know it. I know it. He
It's,
is.
it's the article that I meant to show you.
I don't know.
when you-
Pure breeds don't live long lives. I'd say 7 or 8 years probably. They don't live long lives.
You got a 25-year-old
World's wealthiest dog is selling for a estate of $32 million. Jesus Christ.
What did you say? Wealthiest dog?
You see, this is what I mean by Studio Mike just puts articles in my face.
What?
This is what I'm going to tell you.
The world's wealthiest dog is selling a Miami estate for $32 million. How does a dog sell an estate?
His owner passed away and left him.
So Anthony, how do you get a German Shepherd to sign a contract? Can you tell us that?
I don't know.
Can you enlighten the crowd?
Does he
no
lick
clue.
your face, or is it a paw print? And he's like, that's a deal.
Maybe
Does he bark once for yay,
I don't
yes
know.
for twice for no?
I
and
have
when
no
does he
idea,
howl for like, woo, we're done?
I wish I knew, because I would want him to sign a contract
Yeah.
to
Hey, can you
sign it
sign
over to
this?
me.
And these are real articles. This just proves how stupid the world we live in. Like, I have a saying that I said, I'm not a brain surgeon, but I probably should have been, because people are so fucking stupid, and it's crazy to me. Like, I think about, like, honestly, like,
She was very angry.
no,
a
it's
lot of anger.
You know what it is, Anthony?
You would
It
put this in
bums me
front of
out.
him. It's this thing right
Yeah,
here.
this ignites
It's this
something.
phallic symbol.
Phallic. Black cock in my
This
mouth.
black phallic.
Yeah, just give it. Say what it is, Mike. But
I'd
it
rather go with phallic.
It bothers the hell out of me that
Because you minus that, nobody
so many
gets mad.
stupid people, right? Like congressmen and women, are in power, and they're just literally some of the most dumb people you could ever imagine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it bugs me out, like,
but they're
because
not dumb. Like, look, they're in power, so they're pretty smart to get there.
No,
the
no.
stupidity What they hold on.
No.
Once they start to speak, you're like, oh,
no. See,
Wait,
I have a
you're really
theory.
a-
I have a theory.
you have
Yeah.
a theory.
should be good.
Most people are stupid, so that
Because-
just slightly less stupid people are, that they're conniving, they're good, they can convince you. They get to power because they're just slightly less stupid than the other stupid people.
But isn't
That's
there
the
an
point.
intelligence to convince stupid people?
No, because there are
Hold
a lot
on.
of, yeah.
Do you imagine there's an intelligence to convince stupid people that I'm the right guy. I'm stupid,
Right.
but I'm the right guy.
It's not
For you to vote?
intelligence.
No.
It's you're a con artist.
But isn't con artists having a little look? Trump is a con artist.
No, they're just still stupid.
You're right, but he's still stupid.
Oh, he's very stupid.
Very stupid. But he's a con artist.
100%.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. You were saying that the other politicians, only he is the con artist and stupid.
I say
but-
all politicians
They're
are
all
fucking
full
con
of
artists.
shit.
What are you
But
kidding
they're
me?
all kind of like
He's not even a
full of
politician. He's an
shit.
idiot.
But yes,
He's
but
not
the
a
stu-
politician.
but
The rest of them are
But
politicians.
isn't
They're
it
idiots.
smart enough? Just
No.
smart enough?
He was a politician, though.
Oh, yeah,
he
well,
turned
he
into
was elected.
absolutely a
He
politician.
turned into one, but
He
he
knew
wasn't
what to
one.
say, when to say
He got
it, blah,
elected,
blah, blah.
right?
He
Yeah,
knew
because the
he
people
was-
around
His
him.
whole
Absolutely.
life, he donated to both sides
He
of
was
the
an
party.
idiot.
He was like, who's going to need me more?
was a
Who's gonna
Democrat.
need
No,
me
he was
more?
a Democrat.
He
Most
donated.
Right.
That's why he came into power, because
Right.
he had money.
He was a
Well,
Democrat.
and then when he lost the
controlled
money, it was
things
like,
with his
what can
money.
I do to get
Listen,
this money
no,
back?
Right.
the point is,
Run
but
for
listen,
president.
this is the point, though. Look, we just had a mayoral
Oh,
election.
yeah, sorry, we're not bashing Trump right now.
No, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We just had a mayoral election, right? With
Yes.
arguably the worst mayor in the history of New York, right?
De Blasio
Arguably,
was
De
a
Blasio.
De Blasio,
fucking
the worst politician.
disaster.
Forget about the
Literally, right?
mayor. He's the
Oh
worst
my
politician
God.
ever.
Probably the worst politician, right?
Ever.
So he was so bad that you had a maniac like Curtis fucking Sliwa running, and people were like, "Oh my God, we need Curtis Lee to be the mayor. He's got to save us."
Yeah,
And I'm
nobody
sitting
ever
there going,
looked at Curtis Lewa and was like,
There was no time.
fucking savior.
No, there was no time in my life that I was more proud to be a Long Islander.
Right, that you
When
didn't have
I
to
saw that moment.
I'll tell you what,
Fucking
though. I'll give that
unbelievable.
guy credit. He tried to act like a cop for years,
Yeah, listen,
for decades,
he's a
without
passionate
anything.
guy. He's a,
It
you know
takes
what?
balls to do that.
Listen, I'll give the guy all the credit in the world for what he did.
Before he ran for
Bro,
mayor, he wasn't friendly to regular people.
Nah, he was a douche. His
he
whole
was
life
piece
he's
of
a
shit.
douche.
You get on the escalator with him or the
was
train,
always
and
a
he's like,
douche.
"Oh, listen, I'm not
Listen,
into
what-
that. I
I
don't
don't
fucking."
No, he was a douche.
Yeah, he was awful.
And he had
He's
the, he had the mob hating him because he was a the whole thing, right?
Yeah, they tried to kill him, didn't they?
Yeah, because he went
Allegedly.
after Gotti's kids, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
Allegedly.
He was a, listen, the guy's a big man.
Allegedly.
But he's big man, but he's balls. He got a fucking pair of balls, right? But the thing is, just because you have a pair of
That
balls,
didn't sound
and
Brooklyn to you?
just because you have a
Sounds
pair of
New York
balls,
City.
yeah, it sounds
If I met
Queens.
him in like, Phoenix, I'd be like, you're definitely from New York.
Sounds Queens. He just acts like he didn't grow up in Queens. He
No.
went to boarding school for fucking 1 year. He acts like he's from
Boarding
Arizona.
school.
Dude,
That
get
wasn't
outta here.
boarding school.
No, but-
That wasn't boarding school.
Well, he wears a fancy shirt. He's from not from
No,
Queens.
listen.
I like that shirt.
That wasn't a. Yeah, don't try to knock my shit, bro.
Stupid.
Don't try to knock my shit.
It's fresh. But yeah, Sliwa got balls. He got balls.
No,
dude.
but my point is, it doesn't make you qualified to run.
No,
a city.
not at all.
That's all I'm saying.
Not at all.
I like the guy. I thought he was a good dude. Like for what he did, he protected the city. He just still wears that stupid fucking beret.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's still in there.
they still do
They
it.
still do.
Do
Whatever.
you remember when the
30 years he's wearing that thing? I
that
wonder if his
sniper-
head is shaped that,
that
way.
guy, the
If he takes
sniper
the hat
ran
off,
and it leads to the
it's
side?
just his head's shaped like Gumby.
Do you remember when that sniper
Fucking
and
idiot.
he brought the kid and they were shooting people from the back
Oh
of the
yeah,
car
Washington.
Yes.
at the garden?
The DC sniper.
Yeah, so
DC sniper. I
they-
remember that.
That was
shit
crazy.
crazy.
That
took-
was scary shit.
he took the
I live in New York.
the
and that was
Guardian
scary.
Angels out to
And
different
went down there.
states,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
went down
yeah,
there and they
yeah,
would
yeah.
pump gas for people
I
so they
remember
wouldn't
that.
go that.
Yo, he's a
That's
ballsy dude.
balls. That's
no,
balls.
no doubt. No, he's got
I
balls.
didn't say he was a good guy. He's just balls.
No, yeah, no, he's got.
Yeah,
Listen,
no, we're
he's
not
got balls.
vouching for him, but the motherfucker got
No,
balls.
but
I'm
listen,
not vouching for
I'll be
him.
honest.
I just think it's pretty good. It's like,
I'll be
I don't know.
No,
honest.
not good, but he got balls, dude, to patrol the subway.
gotta be
Would you
honest.
do that for free?
I gotta be
wouldn't
honest,
fucking
though.
do
No,
that
not for free, not
Hell
for
no.
free,
I
not
wouldn't
for
even
free.
ride the subway at night. Fuck that.
Oh, I do that for free. Little alcohol, I got it. I guess.
I mean,
I carry a knife with me wherever
Would
I
you
go
vote
anyway,
for him, though?
so-
But you can't
No,
use the
de
knife.
Blasio?
You can't
No.
use it.
over de
you can't even use
Blasio.
it to defend yourself.
If you
I
had,
will.
If you had to
No, I'm
pick,
saying you can. But in the eyes
No,
of the law, if you
I
stab
would
somebody
never-
who's trying to fight you,
I
you're
would
gonna go- you're going to
never-
be the one that goes to jail.
if you had to pick him or
I'm
De
okay
Blasio,
with that.
Yeah.
would you have a man who wears a
In
red
there,
knife?
when I'm inside, they were like, "Yeah, "What are you in for? Stabbing a motherfucker." They were like, "Oh shit, all right, no. Yo." If I said, fighting a dude that was trying to, rob me, they'd be like, "You fighting him, or did you just give your shit up?" And if I said if I stabbed him, it's a little bit more street cred. So I'm gonna go with the stabbing part.
But you don't sound like you're from Brooklyn, though, so I don't know if it's gonna
But
work.
when I go in there,
Hi, I'm from Pasadena.
I go,
Hello.
"Listen, guys, I just want to say, I just stabbed the guy. He just tried to rob me."
My hair
Fantastic.
flaps over to the side, and I'm from Pasadena. I don't know. This
I-
guy sounds like he's from fucking
Are
Brooklyn.
you guys friends with
Can you
Curtis
imagine?
Sliwa?
Can you imagine? We grew up across the street from each other. He sounds like
Yeah,
he's
that-
from fucking Bensonhurst.
Yeah, that doesn't. That sounds the same.
That sounds just like you
That
talking right now.
sounds just the same.
You're unbelievable.
No, so between Blasio and Sliwa, unfortunately,
Sliwa.
Sliwa wins.
Yeah. Blasio was.
Can you imagine that?
That's the.
Horrible.
Dude, hold
That's
on.
how bad you got it.
Right, look, that's how bad it is that you have a chance that if Curtis Sliwa goes up against De Blasio, you're like, oh shit,
I
Curtis
think-
Sliwa doesn't look too
I
bad right
think,
now.
I think De Blasio was a sleeper agent to
I
purposely
think it's just
fuck the city.
He's just an
To
alien.
destroy it as best he can.
The new guy, Eric Adams, though, I mean, he says a lot of stuff that seems like he's going to try to clean up the city.
We'll
you know
see.
what I mean?
I
we'll
did-
see. They're all full of shit.
He's on,
but
look, he was a Republican. He was a cop. He's a Democrat. He's played on both sides of politics. He's been corrupt, and we've had that. He's openly admitted to his corruption. So once you openly admit,
That's
to
how you
it-
get elected.
Wait,
That's
we'll
how you
see.
get elected.
I didn't know about that. What,
Oh,
what do you
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. You'll look it up.
So he's the guy who started 100 black officers against whatever it is.
100 blacks in law enforcement.
Law
100,
enforcement.
thank you. 100 blacks in law enforcement. Why they got to be against something?
He's had 100 blacks in law enforcement who
like-
are against
I'm like-
something.
I'm like 100
Why do they
blacks
gotta, why they got to be against something?
So 100 blacks in law enforcement, which is he started. He was the creator of that group. But then he got into a couple of different some shady shit. One was embezzlement of money for that fund, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Well, he was in control. Which happens to that? Oh yeah, but nobody talks about the $900,000 that Charlemagne fucking De Blasio, whatever her
no, I
name
think
was.
it's like 800 million or something.
What did I say? 800,000.
So it's
800 million.
it's
800
$1.3 billion that was put together. We've discussed this a few times for a mental health facility, right? It goes missing. When the interviewer, they go, where is the money? And her only response was not like, look, we mismanaged it. We spent for all these hotels to put the homeless and hide the homeless from everybody. She said, your question, hate is going to hate. And that was it.
That's not real.
That was a real.
Don't tell me that's real.
That's her
response?
answer. Hate is going to hate.
What?
Where's 1.2
Did you ever see the picture
billion?
of
That's what she said?
Hate is going to hate.
Don't
Did you
tell
ever
me
see the
that shit,
picture of
though.
their daughter on the
What?
train with her vagina sticking out? Like she's all cracked out looking.
No.
She's wearing a skirt with no panties on. And she
Well, somebody went to take a picture
she
of her.
sprawled
and
out
she
on the
goes
train
like
and
this,
she
she's
opens
like,
it up. Yeah, she opens it up and bro, she looks like a homeless, and that day, after that picture was
That was
posted,
English.
he was talking to people about, how your children should be acting in school or some stupid shit like in regards
He's
to.
full of shit. He's
Dude,
always
the
been,
guy-
he's always been full of shit.
And somebody said, somebody mentioned the picture of his daughter.
I'm still stunned that.
Hey, have you also seen the picture of your daughter's vagina that the rest of us have seen?
So, Mayor de Blasio, did you see the picture of your daughter's pussy all over the
Vagina?
internet? Oh, why? I can't say pussy?
I think you just go with vagina. Just for the heck of it. No.
Did they ask her where 1.3
No.
billion went? And
She said, yeah,
haters
haters gonna hate.
That's
Answer
incredible.
is haters gonna hate.
I'm gonna look that up after this. I can't believe that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Mayor de
That's
Blasio,
unbelievable.
your daughter's pussy is really big and hairy. Can the
Vagina.
1.3 billion be hidden in
Vagina.
there?
So
Is there any chance that maybe
I
the
always say like once after he said he wants to run for governor, right?
God.
And it was like
then he could steal 2 billion?
he got zero. First of all, he got 0 votes as running for president, right? Governor, I think he'll probably get 2 votes. It'll be him and his what's it you called her Charlemagne?
Charlemagne Dick Blasio.
I hope he doesn't run.
Haters gonna hate.
I can see half of New York voting for his stupid ass.
Not even.
could too.
Maybe about
That's what I'm scared of. That's
25%.
what I'm saying. I hope he doesn't
Exactly.
run.
Full disclosure
That's the
to
sad
anybody
part.
watching, if you voted or vote for de Blasio, I hope you get gangrene on your anal hole and it falls out when you
I
take
hope
a really
one
good dump.
cheek falls out in the middle of the night.
Well, that's not going to appeal to a lot of viewers in New York.
Okay.
City.
I don't want to listen to this
I just-
guy anymore.
I hope your asshole falls out when you take a big dump.
And he's wondering why he's banned on Facebook.
It's just because I
He
hate
goes,
it.
I'm so confused. I don't understand why they just don't want me to speak my piece.
Speak my piece.
I just want to speak my piece.
How can not more people hate that guy, though?
I don't get it.
It's
How can
amazing.
people hate
I
me?
don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, because he now everything's just all fucked up. Like every opinion, everything is there's two. Before it was good and bad or right and wrong, and what was real and was fake, and then it became alternative facts. And then after alternative facts, it became everything else, the QAnon and all the other shit that comes from it.
Well-
and it's just a fucking clusterfuck of.
The fake news is real. That's a real thing. There's fake news. We were just touching upon it before, but corporate media and all
Well,
this
thanks for
stuff
jumping on it, Anthony.
that they send out is there's so much shit that they put out that is just complete garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and-
lies and misinformation and all this spin to try to get you to lean towards
Directed towards a direction.
direct you towards something. You know what I'm saying?
The majority of people are followers, right?
Exactly.
So when if you like something, or if you're not sure, and somebody else leads you and say maybe it sounds good and maybe it sounds better, and oh that's sounding even better, you might stick with that. So if it's CNN, you're sitting on that side. If it's Fox News, you go to that shit, right?
Fuck news.
Fox.
They're both bullshit.
Yes, Fox News.
I can't listen to any of that shit.
But that's the crazy because there's why? Because there's a financial backing source
Yes.
that prevents.
there's always
So
a
it's
all
bottom
about
line.
money.
Like
It's
one
all
of the
about
things,
money.
like the APA, Associated Press Association, no financial backing, independency. Okay, they put it's just news for news. It's not leaning one way. That's what you want. Like, and it's like you can't buy the Post, you can't buy the Daily News, you can't buy the Times, you can buy the Wall Street Journal, but other than that, like, there's nothing else to buy to read because everything's all over the place. It's trying to lead you instead of just informing
Exactly,
you.
and that's the problem.
That's awful.
All I can tell
That's
you,
terrible.
It's the worst.
Fucking,
all you parents out there, if you do buy the Daily News,
It
the
doesn't even-
Post, or
the Daily News
Times,
doesn't even report international news.
Use it to
That's
like
fucking
wrap
crazy.
your kids' textbooks.
it's all about clicks. It's
Use
all
it to
about
wipe your
likes.
ass.
It's all about follows. You know,
hurt.
Denzel Washington had this quote, and he said, "If you don't read the news, you're uninformed.
If you read
if
the
you read the
news,
news,
you're
you're
misinformed."
misinformed."
Did you ever hear the Denzel one? My nigga. You ever hear that one?
No, I never heard
That's his line. Remember that? Trading Day? My nigga.
The one thing that you have a
Remember that?
show with white people when you're not allowed to say, he said it.
I quoted something from a... You're such a dick.
That's bad. You shouldn't have said that. That's
I quoted from a movie. It was in a movie. I said what he said.
My ninja.
My nigga.
My ninja.
So yeah, the news is very biased, and you can't trust what you read. You know.
No, I know. Believe me, it's bad. I always said Fox... the Post...
Fuck.
No, the Post.
Fuck news.
The Post sports section. Sorry. I'm
No, the
fucking-
Post sports section I always used to think was like one of the
It
best.
but in the beginning, like...
And
when I
then
was-
now it's all political.
When I was taking a train at like 19, 20 years old, I was taking a train into the city, and it was like fucking... It was awesome. You know what I mean? It was awesome. And I'm reading the Post, and I'm like... And the Daily News, both of them. It was like you would compete... It was like the Monday Night Wrestling Wars. Remember that? You would
WCW
Yeah,
versus
and I would...
WWF?
No, and I would literally buy both...
the highlights in there.
I would buy both the Post and the news, and I would read both sports sections to see which one was better. And the Post, I felt like the Post started first, but it literally started the fake news genre. Like it, because somebody figured out that you can just make some bullshit up and say that it was from a source. And that you have to protect an anonymous source, and you have to protect your source. And once they figured out that they could use that to make any bullshit up, I'm surprised it took them to the fucking 90s to figure it out.
They use it
like,
for
what are you fucking? It wasn't like you cured cancer.
Not even the 90s, a little later. Like
No, it happened in the 90s. Because I remember, you know what it really started, Mike? It started when. It was even before the Mike Piazza. Remember the Mike Piazza gay thing? It was before that.
The fact that you have to put out a press conference to be like, listen,
I'm not
gay.
It's
me. It's not me. It's someone else. It's a joke. I'm not sleeping with Sam Champion. That's got to be. That's a problem.
It's another guy who's probably. All right, I'm gonna stay away from that.
Maybe.
But that's what it was back then. It was like, gay was stereotyped and stigmatized.
No, it was Alomar.
It was Alomar.
It was Alomar. No, he was gay.
But even if Piazza's banging Alomar in the fucking dugout,
no, but it was. But
dude,
as long as the Mets are winning games.
Now you're totally ruining my whole thing with Piazza.
Yeah, because it's like Piazza was my guy, but he didn't have sex with.
Alomar's already.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Alomar's already banging too many people close to my life. I don't need him banging Piazza too.
You think Piazza's top or bottom? What do you think?
Piazza's he's banging Miss Universe, bro.
So he's a top?
Yeah, he's a bottom. Miss Universe is like.
Miss Universe is a Alamar's definitely a bottom.
Alamar's a bottom side, like rollover.
He's a bottom.
He's a bottom.
Piazza looks like he's too big to be a bottom. But I don't think he's gay. No, Piazza's not gay. He's got 4 kids. He goes to Italy with his family all the time.
Well, people with families and wives.
Well, why would he do that? I don't think he would.
Maybe he likes both.
There's no reason to lie. I mean, listen, a lot of people lie. What? A lot of people lie. I'm gonna do my Jerry's Seinfeld. I don't know why gays don't just come out and say they're gay. Why do they gotta lie and say they're having sex with a vagina?
And what is it about that penis?
What? So why?
I don't like my penis that much.
Why are gay not proud to be gay?
Just be proud.
Well, in New York City, they are.
No,
it's
hell
very,
yeah. Listen, be proud of anybody.
Exactly.
Whatever you
be
do,
proud
you should be
about
proud, bro. I don't give a fuck what you do. No matter where you put your butt or your mouth, it doesn't matter, dude. Be a good person.
Other parts of the country and other parts of the world, they can't do that.
Because they're disgusting people in the other parts of the
killed,
world.
That's
like Iran. Iran's a disgusting country. It should not exist.
Well,
that should be a parking lot. You know when they say nuke it? Iran should be.
Hey, what do you want to do with this
lot.
space? I think we should just
wipe
it out.
Yeah.
Parking lot.
You need parking for the whole Middle East. There's a lot of fucking countries over there.
I'm sure there's a lot of good people in Iran.
Right. Yes, there
in
are.
Iran. Yeah,
unfortunately,
they're forced to stay there, and a lot of them left.
Recently, they protest. They again in the streets, and
they get pulled.
And they get.
I don't mean the people. Trust me when I tell you. I mean the government. The people are good. You know that Iran was like one of the most progressive countries in the world in the 60s and 70s in the world.
But then the
fashion,
the Ayatollah
everything.
took over.
And
when
then,
the Ayatollah took over,
that was an American created fucking situation. Because the Ayatollah meant more money for the Americans.
Well, because we it's again, it goes back to stupid politics. We said then they're like, hey, Iraq, we want to help you defend yourself against the Russians and Iran, and then then they tell you, hey, we have to fight Iraq now. Like we have to go in there and we have
and
to
then when they told George Bush we got to fight Iraq, and he was like, Iraq that's a good set of titties. Why we got to fight Iraq? I don't want to fight Iraq. Oh, Iraq, not Iraq. Like titties, a rack of titties? No, it didn't work. George Bush? No, it wasn't a good George Bush.
This is your conscience telling you to re-establish a new joke. Thank you, and have a great day.
At least I'm fucking trying over here.
So how about them Yankees, huh?
This is Anthony. This is your conscience telling you not to bring up the Yankees in this show.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, and have a great day.
This guy he obviously doesn't want to come back.
Well, you're wearing Islander colors, so I might come back. I might come back.
Like, these are Met colors.
They were borrowing it from
colors.
The Mets borrowed it from somewhere. The Islanders were like, we need colors. What are we gonna do? I was like, grab that orange and blue.
I mean, that sucks.
The only good thing about the Islanders is that they have the Met in their colors. That's the only reason why they're fucking relevant.
Oh look! How many did they win in a row?
Who?
What was the Islanders? Was
4.
it 4 in a row?
That's not. They won 4 in a row, or 3 in a row, and then 1 after.
No, it was 4 in a row.
It was 4 in a row.
That's an amazing feat. I think at any time in any sports, it's
that
like
is pretty amazing.
Consecutive championships. Like you have the Celtics, right?
Oh, they won like fucking 10.
They won.
They got in a row.
They won like I think it was like 7 or 8 in a row, or something like 7 or 8.
Did they?
Yeah, 7 or 8 in a row.
Yeah, they were killing it.
But when you have like somebody that back-to-back wins, or even a three-peat, that's pretty impressive.
Really hard to do.
4, and like when it comes to hockey,
no, 4 is insane.
It's insane, except the Canadians and
how did Dennis Potvin find time to win championships when he was beating his wife?
Who?
I don't know. The Islanders won all those championships before I was even fucking born.
Beat your
I've just
wife,
been
Pat,
sucked
man.
into
Beat
a
your
life of
wife.
butt
Yo, that was like, here we go. Yo, they.
Yeah, I remember those chants. I don't know
How
anything
did you?
about that.
Yo, it's so great.
He apparently beat his wife.
so much that the Ranger chant against him, right?
Yeah, beat your wife.
Beat your wife.
Beat your wife, Pat, man. Beat your wife. That was, yo, dude, that was the first hockey game I ever went to. I was 17 years old, and he was telling you about that kid Justin Hunt that sat in, like he's like a family friend. His dad had a hookup at the Coliseum at the barn. So we used to go to all the WWF events. Like we used to for WWF, we used to sit in the penalty box because there was no seats in there.
Wow,
because the penalty
that's
box
like right there.
Well, the penalty box was sick. It was an actual. When the glass wasn't on it, it was just a regular. It was almost like a private VIP booth. It was wild. They put folding chairs in there. We sat in there, like 30 feet from the wrestling ring. It was awesome. So my first hockey game. Actually, my first 3 hockey games that I ever went to were Ranger Islander games. So when you see that environment, you're like, dude, this is fucking this sport is.
Well, that's what
just
later on became the
great.
Met Yankee thing.
That rivalry's stupid though. The Met Yankee rivalry is not a pimple on the Ranger.
No,
Islanders
because
rivalry.
Ranger Islanders is
It's-
goes
yeah,
but
way
here's the thing,
deeper
because
than
they
Mets
also
and
play in the
Yankees.
same division.
Mike, I saw
like if
five-
the Mets and Yankees played each other in the
Yeah,
same
they're
division.
American
No,
League
the
National
fights in the
League.
stands. I saw fights in the stands like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, guaranteed,
Breaking
yeah.
out his. I'm like, what the fuck? It didn't. It was crazy.
It's always
crazy.
been crazy to me though how people can fight over sports. Like you're
It's
this
stupid.
fan, I'm this fan. Like to me, that's always been like stupid.
It
Like,
just happened in the Garden. So there was a story I heard on the radio. Girl was vaping, blowing crazy clouds. Boomer Esiason's nephew told this story. He's at a Ranger game, blowing stupid clouds in front of people. Everybody let it go, and now it's fucking the third period to go into overtime, and guy next to his nephew was like flipped and lost it. And the boyfriend, there was a group of them, boyfriend got up, hit him, and the whole section started fighting. So this is even beyond police. This is people just feel like there's no accountability. So because where's the Garden fucking security?
They're
Like,
watching. They're just not.
No, but
they're watching.
They're watching.
The minute you see cloud, the minute you
They're
see
like,
vape, listen.
Oh no, I saw it. I saw what happened. I'm not jumping in.
I'm all about freedom of expression and shit, but vaping in a fucking building when people are behind you watching a game, you're a fucking cunt. Your boyfriend's a cunt.
See, that,
your
when I say
mother's
the
a
one
cunt.
thing that would to take out of the conversation, just find a way not to use the C in the unt, and then everything will be fine.
Why?
Because people.
I like that word. I think
Yes,
it's very descriptive.
But it's very.
It gets the point across,
it's-
right? You know what I meant, right? There was no like beating around the bush.
I was like-
you know, you were like, damn, he's really passionate.
No, I didn't think that.
He said C with the.
It was like.
it's a pretty hard.
I'm sorry.
Right, but
Cunt is part of my vocabulary. I'm
Again,
sorry.
You save that for the fights at home. You don't.
yeah, like if you have somebody to call the unt,
I say it among friends. I would never say it in front of a woman.
and then yet
No, I shouldn't say that. I have said it in front of him.
You might be.
I smacked a dude in Aruba. I smacked him out.
You're.
Like, because he called us cunts like a couple times.
Yeah, but see,
He
those
was from
the
Scotland.
The Scotland, the
And he was
English,
like,
that's
"You
their
fucking
word.
cunt, I don't understand what you don't like the coach. What I
I
said
don't-
was a
who's
cunt.
that? What is that?
What I called you is a cunt.
Is that a
I'm like-
Scottish accent?
So I go, dude, the girls here don't like it. You know, please don't do it. We don't. It's not a term of endearment.
Oh, you went all
I don't-
polite like
I
that?
don't understand. Danny Bell was gonna hit him. I don't understand the problem with you fucking Americans. This is just a word that we always use. It's a fucking cunt. Why? Do you have a
Right.
problem?
In
Cunt?
Europe,
And
cunt
then
doesn't
he-
mean
no,
the same thing that
and
we
then I go like this.
we,
I go-
we break it out to be.
I go like this. I go, say it one more time. It was like one of those things. And I don't do this, dude. I'm not that. I go, say it one more.
This
fucking
is your
time.
conscience.
And he went like this. He went.
Say it one
he
more
went,
time.
You fucking cunt. And listen. There was a few witnesses there. I don't know why I did this.
Don't admit to the crime
I
on air.
licked my hand. No, it's on video. It's all right. I licked my hand, and I smacked him straight across the face, and he went flying across the
Did you
lobby.
really lick your hand?
I licked my hand, Anthony.
Sanitary.
I don't know
It was
why.
Sanitary. Once he licked it became sanitary. 'Cause
Dude,
all the alcohol in his
I'm telling
system, in his saliva, made his tongue sanitary.
No.
It's a sanitizer.
No, I smack him. He goes sliding across the floor. My friend puts him in a Bob Backlund chicken wing and throws him out the
Oh, the
fucking door.
crossface chicken wing?
No, he was all fucked up. He was fucked up, right? So my friend's girlfriend, wife, whatever, comes over. She goes, "Did you lick your hand?"
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Yo, check this out. Yo, this is a great story, right? So we're in Aruba, and we're in a resort. So it's a 24-hour bar. The 24-hour bar, like that's not a good idea. So we're
Sounds like my kind of place.
It's like, yeah, right. Seriously, yo, this is where I want to get married. This place is awesome. The Ryu Palace. It's amazing.
There's a place I just
maybe-
want to go.
Let me put that down in my notes.
Beautiful. Yeah, write it down. Listen. So I told Trish if we get married, that's probably where I want to do it. And you guys are all invited. So how?
Trish, are you listening?
So yeah, I'll show you where I smacked this kid. So anyway, it's funny because
You can go so I can check in the spot where I smacked the guy that was telling you that story when you were on the podcast.
Funny
You
as
remember that? Yeah, this is where I smacked him. Wait, hold on.
it's right there.
Yeah, it was right here.
No.
It was right here. We were right
The
here.
funny shit is in Aruba, there's like a zero tolerance in Aruba. Like in Aruba, they'll lock you up for anything. You cannot act out. Like it's not that kind of place. So, like as soon as I hit this kid, I'm like, fuck. You know, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. It's like fucking. I don't even know why we're still up. It's crazy, right? So I'm with
Well,
like
I could
5
tell you
people.
why.
I'm with like 5 people.
This is your conscience.
I can tell you why you're still up at
you're still up at 7 a.m.
So all of a sudden, the guy comes.
Like you're the
running out.
angel, I'm the devil.
Yeah.
I could tell you
Sean,
why.
it's okay. Don't do it.
Do it.
Sean, it's okay. Go to sleep.
You think that,
Do
that,
it.
that I ever had issues with those angels, demon fucking conversations?
Don't listen to him.
His
Do
angel,
it.
the angel on his shoulder's like, all right, Sean, just 4 more. I'll only do 4 more.
The devil's going, dude, just fucking go home
Yeah,
already.
and
What
the
are you
angel's
doing?"
like, hey, 4 more is
It's
okay.
like,
Don't worry
slap
about it.
him.
He's like, go home already.
4 more is okay, Sean. Don't worry
Anyway,
about
fucking,
it.
I hit this kid, and the guy comes running from behind the bar, the bartender. So I'm like, fuck. So he's like, I know. All of a sudden, the manager comes out. It's fucking in the morning.
Oh, now you're in
and
trouble.
this guy's still on duty. I'm like,
Now you're in trouble.
but now he comes running out. I know
Now you're
he.
in trouble.
I know he knows.
At this moment.
The name tag.
Sees it
in
on.
trouble now.
He speaks perfect English. Sees it on camera. He goes. Now the bartender tells him, no. This guy told him 10 times. Please stop disrespecting the women. Please go away. Warned him. Was nice. Tried to be nice. Tried to be polite. So the manager goes, okay, the bartender said you did the right thing. I have it on video. I see what happened. I see he was the agitator. I just got one question for you. I'm like, what? He goes, why the fuck did you lick your hand?
Yeah, again with the hand.
True story, bro. I'm not even lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. The witnesses can call in anytime. That was with
I
my
like that.
friends.
4 times the question was,
Yo,
why did you?
I don't
why did you
know.
lick
I
your
have
hand?
no idea.
You really look at
I don't know.
His tongue is made of Purell,
It was-
and when he licks it,
Dude, it
it's sanitized. So when he smacks someone,
Yo, the
it's
funniest,
clean.
the
Oh, my
funniest part
goodness.
is I went to sleep the next day. We were leaving the next morning to go home, and somebody's telling the story and breakfast or whatever.
He's like, I
and
didn't
they're
do
telling
that.
me that I licked. They're telling me I licked my hand. I'm like, and I remember the whole thing, and I'm like, I did. Why did I lick my hand? I had no idea.
You've
I
been
had no
asking
idea.
yourself. why
Yeah,
lick
I asked
my
myself,
fucking
why
hand?
did you lick your hand?
This is your
You know,
conscience.
if you can lick your hand and nobody can know, you never leave
This
the
is your
house.
conscience. The reason why you
It was
licked your
weird.
hand
It
is
was a
because
weird
you
scenario.
had Purell in your tongue.
But he got the full smack.
That's pretty savage, though.
He went sliding like 5 feet. That was savage. Yo, I hit him hard, bro. He definitely was. He left with like a fucking. He probably had like a black and blue on the side of his face, bro. My hand hurt. I smacked the shit. You ever hear somebody say that expression? I'm gonna smack the shit out of you,
Yeah.
like I did.
I'm thinking of if that guy ever told the story. I wonder if he includes the part
He
where
probably doesn't remember. He got hit. Probably got, after, he goes, this guy here licks his fucking hand, right? And after he licks his fucking hand, it goes black.
Nick, feet are black.
I don't fucking know why.
Next thing you know, I'm on the plane coming home.
It's true. I was telling this rat asshole about his friends and their fucking cunts. And after I got smacked, I went black.
He was definitely tasting fucking like copper penny taste in his mouth for sure, bro.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
Oof.
You're like, I know it. Like if you've ever been hit and you see the sparks, right? You ever been hit that hard? You see the sparks.
The
right?
taste,
Oh, like
the copper
like the
penny taste.
blinding
Right, you
light.
look
That
and you're
blood
like,
taste, that copper penny
you
taste.
look up, you're like, wait, what is that? That dude was probably like, he saw a movie that he had never seen before, and he was like, oh, this is so nice. I think I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah, he had little time to react. He was,
He was
like,
like, ah, la, 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 la,
it was a quick one.
in
I
the
don't know
back,
how.
he heard bagpipes, and he was like, it's time to go to sleep now.
As drunk as I was, I don't know how I put it on him that quick. Can I get a can
Behind
I
you, I open.
Speaking of those, slapping the shit out of somebody, you guys ever watch those fucking videos where the guys have the
Slapping the shit out
slap
of-
contest?
You remember?
Holy
You remember
shit,
the 8-ball guy?
They put the
You remember
powder
the
on their
8-ball guy?
hands.
He's the world champion.
Remember the 8-ball guy? I
The 8-ball
smacked.
guy?
Yeah, the 8-ball guy that smacked that black chick for making fun of his jacket.
She was calling him a bum, and he
And
was
then she
like,
hit
"You're
her.
a
She
bitch."
went to hit him
Oh,
first.
And she hit him,
her,
and he
yeah,
shot
to
his long
stab
arm.
him or
And he
something,
was like,
right?
"What's that?"
She went to stab him.
No,
or
no,
something.
no.
She went
He
hit him with
tried
a
to get
shoe or
jumped. Yeah,
something.
and then he tried to get
And
jumped
he
by other
smacked
guys.
Yeah, she was like, "You sound like you fucking."
So if you
stupid."
remember that,
She's
she
like,
stabbed him with a shoe. If you remember that,
Yeah.
I smacked him like twice as hard as that. I'm not even lying to you.
That video.
Yo, it was
oh,
crazy.
Man.
He literally went sliding across the fucking lobby floor.
That dude on the train was arms were like, bitch. Yeah.
We gotta bring Jimmy.
arms were
We gotta
like
bring Vinny Cody
fucking
in. He'll tell the
10
story.
feet long.
No, what you stupid, man?
That he looked like you know that guy.
Because he
looked
had that
like?
long head, like it was like if Sasquatch had to slap somebody. He was
Remember
like,
El Gigante? Yeah.
His shoe was-
Remember El Gigante from the WWF?
Yeah. That's what it was like, dude.
He was like, "Nerd," like George Muresan.
like
George Muresan.
There you go.
George Muresan.
I'm gonna snap you, bitch.
Well, you want to smell like me?
Yeah. What you say about my F-ball? Let's slap a bitch.
Look at you with your jacket from the '90s. Yo, you sound stupid, man.
That was good. That was good.
Fucking unbelievable.
George Muresan.
That guy had a
And
head.
then, yo,
he
7'7".
didn't have a forehead. He had a 5 head.
He was huge. He was like fucking 8
Oh,
feet tall.
God, dude.
7'7". Like, but he was like, it wasn't like those tall things. He was like
No,
wide
he was
too.
a fucking.
No, he had
So
like
wide.
Mongolianism. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like when you have that giganticism.
Every time he ran, you heard boom, boom. People were like, you saw the water and the everything shaking in the
Like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Wait, the people in the crowd turn around,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Basketball players are looking for puddles on the ground to see if the quivers.
right there, like looking around. He's like,
Him and Manute Bol, the two ugliest men probably to ever play basketball, and the tallest. It's like you can't like. Honestly, I'm glad I stopped at 6'4" because the taller you get some ugly mother effers, man. Jesus Christ. Yao Ming too was like he was probably the best looking 7 foot plus 7 foot.
his body was here and his
And
head
his
was
head was
here.
like that.
His head was like,
But it
this.
didn't look. He didn't have that. He didn't have like the giganticism head. He
No.
had like a regular looking face.
Giganticism.
But I don't want to say mongoloid because then that's
You
gonna
did
offend-
already, but it's
it's gonna
okay.
offend
It's
somebody.
okay. You did it already. It's all right. It's all right.
Mongoloid, Mongoligo.
He was like George Murray said. He had that Mongolianism.
Yeah, he had Mongolicism.
I say you fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah.
You fool me twice, and
And he was like-
shit, can't get fooled again.
It's not gonna happen.
Speaking of George
Can't get
Muresan,
fooled
the Knicks suck, huh?
They don't suck.
Dude, they fucking got beat by the goddamn.
So what? Like it's you.
Listen,
Don't jump ship.
They're
Man.
playing all that. I don't know.
Don't jump ship. Don't
You're
jump
the
ship.
last person to say that to
Don't
me.
jump
It's-
ship. I'm not the last. I'm not the last.
No, I'm saying I'm the last person you should say that to.
You said
I said that.
you're the
I
last
did.
one that should
Yeah,
say it.
I did the four
and I was
shots.
like, the last
Yeah.
thing.
No, listen. Can I tell you something? What do you read? My notes. Honestly, though,
Don't be good. Just
why do you
finish.
read my notes?
It's not
No,
your notes.
honestly, though, they have issues, and if they don't fix those issues very quickly, they're going to be in a bad spot. And they have a lot of talent and potential, but they don't have the drive that, like we saw last year. You guys were running up and down the court playing defense, like hustling. They're doing different shit now.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think I'm going to be honest with one of the pieces that changes it, and it's Kemba Walker. I don't think he's
not
a
a-
fit.
yeah.
I don't think he's a fit.
well, you don't have to start him.
Yeah, but
You don't have to
I
start
just
him.
don't think he's a fit at
Start
all.
IQ, make him play defense. You have, I mean, start
Right, but-
IQ because he plays defense, and let Derrick Rose and let Kemba come in as the offensive.
Again, I just don't like. He's just another piece on the floor that when he plays.
I think Tibbs has to just kind of adjust. That's what I'm saying. Obi should be playing more. Obi's
You're like
averaging
basketball fan.
I follow basketball, but I don't really watch it.
So-
but I follow it.
I follow it.
Obi should be playing more. He's an Islander fan. He's a hockey guy.
I like
and he's
hockey,
a
I like
football
football.
guy. And he's a
Right,
football
but
guy.
but if you were like, nah, I don't really pay attention to basketball. I'd be like, oh,
I mean, I do. I'll watch
You-
the game if it's on, but I wouldn't
He doesn't like it.
seek it out.
so,
He doesn't like it.
But I
not
do
for
know
everybody,
that
Mike.
Tom Thibodeau is a great coach.
It's not for
I think
everybody.
he was great with Chicago. I think it was a really good move for the Knicks to get him.
Well, they played defense last year, which is something
Yeah,
for
exactly.
years that they didn't
Which they
play.
didn't do.
And they were like the top defensive team.
He turned Julius Randle into an all-star. You know what I'm saying? And he worked with a roster that he had.
You know, everything.
And now
that-
Randall's he's not doing anything.
No, yeah, the last 4 games he's just been
This
awful.
season has been-
but
it's been
their identity, whatever it was last year, it's not this year.
Well, that's the point.
And it's a lot of the same people, except
He's not.
Kemba Walker changes everything, man. It's like
Last year it was
they overachieved to accomplish
Julius
something, right?
Julius Randle, 95% of the offense, and then actually Derrick Rose was a big part of last year, but he was off the bench.
Well,
but
when they traded for him,
but
they
there
bring
was
him in.
nobody else really consistent enough to you know what? Alec Burks. Aside from
He was
that,
good.
that was it. Alec Burks is a great player. I mean,
good.
I say great,
Barrett's pretty consistent.
but not last year. He wasn't consistent enough to consider as a scorer. And at the end, he started really picking it up. And
because
you were
they asked him to
excited
play
about
the
this
point.
year.
He play a point, and
Because
he's not a point guard.
right? And
he's
why?
not.
And Randall was playing out of position, and they were doing more than they were asked. They should have been asked to do. So now you tone that offense back, and they're not going to shine as much, especially Randall. Barrett's going to be a great player, and I'll
Look,
tell you why.
look.
He's a bully. He's a fucking big kid. He can muscle people
But he's
out
still
of the way.
young. Yeah,
And
look,
he's a bully. I love the way he plays.
I would have put.
Randall's going to be nothing but a complimentary.
I don't
star.
know who is more athletic out there, but I would have given or traded for at least an athletic forward before Kemba Walker. And when they signed Kemba Walker,
I would have tried to get Lillard before Walker. It didn't.
If Dame Lillard came to the Knicks, that would be.
But I think you could have made.
incredible.
Bro, look what's
I would
going on
actually
out
watch
there.
the Knicks. I don't watch the Knicks.
He'd leave there right now. The reason is you don't get. Kemba Walker was never a superstar. I had this argument on our
right, like
group.
he was projected as a superstar.
No, he was a
wasn't,
max player.
but he was projected.
He got max money.
Yeah, but even when they drafted him, he was
He's not
projected
fucking
as
max.
a superstar.
Kemba Walker's not a max player.
No, but I'm saying when
Not
he was
really.
drafted, they were projecting him as a superstar, and he never met that because he wasn't at Charlotte and Boston.
He was the best of Charlotte. He was a very good player.
But he was good in Charlotte because he was the only player.
Because he was the
there.
only
was nobody
thing that
else
was
there.
Nobody else
Because
could do
he was the
anything.
one, and he was bringing the ball up, and he was shooting the ball 20 to
was-
25 times a night,
Right,
and
that's
winning
what
30
the,
points.
And
That's
he
what the
averaged-
point
he
guard
averaged
is now. A
20
guy who scores 25 points and,
Yeah, exactly.
and controls the ball.
100%.
But-
And now he's not that on his team, and we don't need him to be that. And he doesn't play a lick of defense.
But we don't need him
So,
at all, and I
you
don't know
really do,
why
but
they
you
went
have
after
him,
him.
so
I
you're
don't know
gonna
why.
play him.
Right, but I don't know. Like it's just one of those things
I
that
just-
like if
I
you,
think-
you
I
want
ju-
something to confuse you. That's
I just
it.
want Tibbs.
Like,
I
that's-
want Tibbs to fuck with Thibs. What do you call him? Thib? You call him Thibs? I call him Tibbs. What do you call him?
Thibodeau.
What do you call him?
I call him Thibodeau.
You call him, but Tib, not.
I
Thibodeau.
wait
His
the
name
whole
is
time I go-
Thibodeau. We know that.
I go.
I'm talking about.
I go
he's short.
Thibodeau.
For short, you call him Tibbs or do you
Thib.
call him
Thib.
Thibs?
I call him Thib.
You call him Thibs.
You're just a Thib.
You sound like you're from España. España. You call him Thibs? Seriously, you call him Thibs? I just want to know.
No, Tibbs. I do say Tibbs.
Because
He's right on the tips.
I want to be prepared. If you
He's
say,
right on the tip.
If you say Thibs, I'm going to laugh really loud
Right
in
in
front
the
of
tips.
everybody. And
I
then-
just call him Tibbs.
Alex Pinto writes, Kemba can't play defense.
Word. Thank you, Alex. No
New York
doubt.
royalty.
Kemba's trash. Defensively, trash.
He's
He's a good player. He's not
He's
a great
an
player.
okay player.
He's an okay player.
He's an okay
and
player.
he got max money, or he was getting like, come on, dude, max, please. You're not a max.
no.
You're a mini. You're not a maxi.
Trade him.
He's like a mini pad.
Trade him. Some,
Uh,
you're a
Didn't they
mini
just give him a
pad.
big contract? They're probably not going to be able to trade him.
No, they didn't give it to him. They got him in a trade, didn't they?
No, they
No, they
him
signed
up-
him.
Oh, they did
They
sign
signed him
him.
to a
Free agent.
ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
amount?
ridiculous
How much
amount
is
of money.
Yeah,
ridiculous? No, did they? Why am I lost on this?
I'm pretty sure he
Kemba?
came as a free agent.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he got.
They didn't trade for him. They
didn't.
signed him. They signed him.
No
that was
pick.
their big signing.
Yeah, that was like
confidence
the solution.
Yeah.
Great. That's great. Great. So we're stuck
Which?
with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of we're
Consi-
stuck with
At
it.
least 2 years
Mike,
before somebody wants
Mike,
to dump.
you have a fucking computer in front of you. Can you pull a contract up, sir?
This is your
for the sake of good.
and
for
your
the sake-
conscience asked
for
you
the
to be
sake-
nice to Mike.
You
Well,
better hope-
otherwise, I can't get to you.
You better hope he does good so you could trade him.
For the sake of good radio, Mike, can you pull up the contract?
But look, it's
Sean.
still early in the season. It's only
Sean,
15 games.
this is your conscience. Be nice to Mike.
My computer's off.
You know who's going to be a problem, though?
In a world where we know the facts of our radio station.
You know who's a problem this year? The Golden State Warriors. Watch
Oh,
out for Golden
Curry's on
State.
fire.
So you got Curry, and you got Draymond, and you got all these other pieces. Now, Klay Thompson is not even back yet.
Right. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
And
and
they
how
were
long has
winning
he been away?
championships.
And
Who's
he-
that kid? Who's that kid
He
that's
missed,
playing?
I think, the last 2 seasons, if
which
I'm not
one?
mistaken.
The kid with the afro on that team that fucking jumps through the gym.
Peyton Jr. Peyton, yeah.
Peyton, is that
Peyton too.
Gary Payton?
Yo, Gary
Is
Payton's son.
Dude, that kid.
He had to reinvent himself. Yeah, that's Gary Payton's
That's
son.
him?
He had to
He has a
reinvent
big
himself.
afro?
Yeah,
Yo,
so
the
they
kid
throw the ball up to him and he
nasty,
just
dude.
jumps through the sky and dunks
Dude,
it,
he's
man.
nasty. He's nasty.
Golden State with just Steph Curry and Draymond Green. That's two of the three that they had when
I hate Draymond.
They were
But
winning
he's a
those
good player, though.
championships without Kevin Durant. It was the three of them.
No doubt.
It was Curry, Draymond, and Clay with those pieces. They had the Iguodala's and these other guys in there. You know what I'm saying? Golden State
No doubt.
is going to be
Iguodala's.
a problem.
What?
When
They
I
are a
said,
problem.
I said like Kemba Walker
Kemba
had
Walker.
a ridiculous
Ridiculous
contract.
What is
It's
it?
$18 million.
It's oh my god, it's ridiculous. 18.
I mean, that's a lot of money. It's a lot.
It's
That's a
18
lot.
so,
$18 million
for
for
some reason, I
fucking-
thought it was like a $70 million deal, and it was like 18.
No, but what? How many years? How many years is it?
2.
Wait, 2 years for how
that's,
much?
That's like the mid-level
18
exemption. by the
million,
way.
yeah.
That's like the mid-level exemption.
Yeah,
Two years for 18 mil?
He's tradable.
9 million.
No, so he's only making nine mil a year.
Ridiculous.
That can't be.
The
That
water
can't
boy.
be.
The water boy makes more.
Nah, that can't be.
The ball boy and the water boy.
the
too.
ball boy's on a
That
longer
can't be.
contract.
That can't be.
Oh, that's internet.
The way that NBA salaries are now, there's
internet.
no way
No,
Kemba
because
Walker's
the Knicks-
making
the Knicks-
$9 million a year.
The Knicks
There's no
haven't
way.
signed any long-term contracts. Only even Randall got fucking.
Is that right? Are
He
you
took
looking
less
at that?
money, right? He got 3 years, right? What did Randall take?
Is it 4?
3 or 4? It's 4, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's got to be.
Yeah, Kemba's garbage. He's garbage. He's hot garbage. Wow. Is that from Bensonhurst? Hot garbage?
That can't be.
Kemba, you fucking
All
garbage.
right, so everything we were just talking
Hey,
about is
Kemba,
completely.
how about you hit a shot, make a
completely
pass,
false.
or shut the fuck up, you garbage?
Where are you from, sir?
Wait, hey, I'm from over here. I'm from over there.
I'm over here. You're over there.
I'm over here now. Hey, Kemba, how about you hit a fucking shot, you hot garbage?
Yeah, wow. So he's
Hey,
not,
Gab.
he's, not, he's really not getting paid any money.
Nothing. It's a ridiculous contract.
Yeah, so we should have done our research
Hey,
before we started talking. See, I don't follow the
I
news.
kept in my
That's
head.
why I
I
said-
don't follow the In my head, I kept thinking 180
That's why I
million.
said-
So too. It's
That's why I said there's a laptop in front of you. Check the fucking internet.
18. Ridiculous.
Hey, Kemba, how about you walk away, you walker? If you're gonna walk, just walk away, you fucking hot garbage.
All right, so he's tradable.
Oh, he's
totally-
completely tradable.
Completely.
Guys,
Now he is.
He's terrible.
Now that we've he's tradable.
Now that we've done some research,
He's making a whopping $9 million.
we're gonna change our take on that.
They need a. Do you know what it is? They need a star. They need one more guy.
Somebody added 50
Dame
cents
Lillard-
to the deal.
I'm telling you, Dame Dollar would have been that guy. I think he would have.
Dame Lillard, it's a shame that he's on Portland. I mean, they've had good seasons and he's done well, but if he was moved to another team,
He's playing like he doesn't want to be there right now.
well,
The other night he had
They're
two
losing.
2 points and 1 assist. The other night,
they
I
only
was
do,
like,
but they lose.
you never see that from
You
that
know,
guy.
they don't win anything significant. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So-
that's sexy. Grab it. Get closer to your tongue. That's hot.
If you're Dame Lillard, how could you be satisfied with where you are?
I don't think
with
he
the
can
level
be.
of talent that he
I don't-
is.
Yeah, I don't think he can be.
It's he,
Well,
if he was on another team.
Look, if
he'd probably do
he's the
better.
one that said like he can decide. Hey, listen, I want to play here. I don't want to play here.
Can he?
Well, even if he's in the contract, if he's uncomfortable and he could force his way out. Because nowadays the player has
Well, that's what
a
the
lot
NBA
of players
does.
have more.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
do, but
all
they
NBA
don't
players
because
have
they
that
need
ability.
a guy like Dame Lillard, who everyone looks at as like a superstar. You're gonna have to give up a lot. You're gonna have to mortgage the farm for this guy. You know
Well,
what I'm
no,
saying?
but not if he plays himself out of town. So, like,
yeah, but probably won't.
you
have
make
to.
yourself undesirable.
Yeah, but he's not a guy that
Like
can
Harden.
do
How do you
that.
make yourself undesirable?
How
Tell
did
us.
Harden do it?
What do you wear?
You don't change your underwear for like 4 days.
One.
Very undesirable.
That's undesirable. What else would you do? If you were trying to be undesirable, what would you do?
I would fart in front of people a lot.
Somebody might be like, "Oh, that's cute.
Undesirable.
It's cute." Some women would be like, "Oh, that's cute." Go ahead. What
Oh,
would
they're
you?
gonna love that.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, he passed gas. He's old.
so
It's
cute.
so cute.
Means he really likes it.
It's
He's
so
comfortable.
cute. It's okay. It's okay, old guy. You can do that." Oh, the old guy farted. He can't hold it in anymore. It's okay.
No, you're right though. The way James Harden played himself out of Houston, He just became fat and stopped
Right.
practicing.
And then all of a sudden he
that.
shows up to the Nets. And
Yeah,
turns out I'm not fat. I'm not fat anymore.
That's how you make yourself undesirable.
That was
He
like the
did it.
ultimate power
He's
move.
he's
So you're doing a great job at it, by the way.
yeah, hey. Just get fat.
Just nobody's signing you.
Zion Williams, he's taking that fucking.
Yo, they
James-
said the joke with
he's taking
Zion.
James
was
Harden class
like
right
he
now.
he started eating Big Macs, and they were like, "Yo, he's never gonna
he's
stop.
coming to New York.
He's coming to New York,
He's definitely coming to New York.
but he's gonna be 320
He's eating-
I hope he's
pounds."
not like another Eddie Curry, man.
He's
When Eddie
eating-
Curry came to the Knicks, that was a fucking disaster.
But he was, Isaiah Thomas.
Eddie Curry was
Isaiah
like-
Thomas
him.
He
ruined
was
the
a
Knicks.
7 foot,
Ruined.
500-pound fucking bag of shit.
He was
Zion
fucking-
Williamson can jump like if he's in good shape.
He wasn't a bag of shit.
Eddie Curry was
He wasn't
a
bag of
bag
shit. No,
of-
He was
wasn't.
good on Chicago.
Shit.
He was here. He was.
He was
like
a number one
12
pick
and
who
6.
never. He was a number one pick that never lasted. Never did anything that was worth what he should have been done. What he should have been do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good. That's good. I would. I would have looked at that shit. Have been
Yeah.
dumb
Thank
dude.
He definitely underperformed.
Because he was the guy. Like after Jordan, he was the pick. It's Eddie Curry. They went on. They moved on to the next regime. They put the number one pick with Eddie Curry. That guy was trash. He was a big.
So
fat trash
Julius
bag.
Randle has 4 years at $117 million.
That's discount.
that's
And
big money,
but
though.
if he gets the 5th year, it goes up to 140 from 117 to
That's still a
140.
discount.
So
though.
what's the contract? Is it a player option, club option?
That's not a
That the 5th year is the
within their budget. It's literally they have 70% of money to spend next year
it's an extension that it's a mutual extension.
because they still did.
So it's 4
Yeah,
years
yeah.
with a mutual extension for 5 years.
Even
to
with
go
their
to
guys like Alec
140.
Burks, they signed 2
a lot of
years,
money.
right? Is Alec? Everybody's a couple years. They didn't sign anybody to a long-term deal, dude. They have no long-term obligations. That's why I like them because they're leaving. The Knicks are playing at a level right now. They're interesting. The fucking Garden's rocking. They're not going to win because they're not built to win, but they're in a position where they're going to offer a ton of contracts with a lot of money, and they can
They'll
get
sell
stars.
tickets.
And they can get stars, and they're going to get still get a top pick. They have fucking. They have who do they have? They have 2 picks coming. They have 2 picks this season.
I have no idea.
Well,
God,
no,
now
last
I'm
year,
fucking stuck
last
on
year they
stupid.
had the 2
Of course
first
I'm on
round.
air.
They had the
I'm
2
stuck on
first.
stupid.
This guy's on heroin. He puts it under his tongue. Last year they had the 2
I didn't
first
write it
round picks.
down.
They got one from Dallas.
I didn't write it down. I wrote about a girl sniffing my underwear. I didn't write that down though.
Hey, I have notes.
And
I
I
have
wrote-
notes.
notes, hold
I
on.
wrote
I have
notes.
notes. I
And
got,
que-
I
and
got,
queefs.
I got,
Underwear.
I got real estate notes. He's like, I got
Yo, I swear I'm not
underwear
even,
sniffing
I'm not
notes.
even lying. It's about queefs, California and earthquakes. I like
See,
queefs.
I got respect for hip hop.
Women looking in your underwear when you drop off your laundry at
Real
the,
estate
at the
questions.
laundromat.
Real estate, and finally, you know,
That's my
Fake
note.
news media.
That's what my notes are about.
but that's
Because my laundry, you know why? Because can I tell you what that note's about? My laundry machine, my washer dryer broke, and it's kind of expensive to replace.
broke.
And I'm like, me and Trish are going to be moving out. So do I want to buy do I want to spend a couple grand and put whatever? I'm not going to be there that long. Whatever.
you're not gonna. You don't need a couple
$1,000.
grand, right?
Yeah, stackables are like $1,500 right now.
$1,000.
$1,500 for stackables. It's expensive.
You can buy the one. You know, there's a
I
the
stackables.
mutual is
I
a
have to buy stackables.
The wash and dry one. There's one wash machine that washes and dries it.
Yeah.
It takes about
You know
45
how
minutes.
much money that is?
It's not thousands of dollars.
Thousands. Thousands.
How does he not sound like he's from Queens, dude? How does he not sound like
Wait,
fucking
I'm sorry. This is,
Flushing right there?
this is
dude?
your conscience. How much is that?
That is 11358 right
Thousands,
there.
bro. Yeah. So anyway, because the anyway
With the
because they broke.
fucking fingers.
While I decide if I'm spending thousands on another washer dryer,
You old
me and Trish have been dropping our laundry off at the washer, at the laundry place, the local laundry place, and I pay them to clean my underwear, essentially. So I was literally thinking one day. I was just fucking, I don't know. I think about stupid stuff, and it's just part of my.
Oh, we know. We put
No
the microphone
kidding.
in front of you.
No kidding,
that shit
Sean.
comes out.
No kidding.
So I told you about my hemorrhoids, right? And I have bleeding hemorrhoids. So sometimes I have little bloody marks. I'm not gonna lie, it's disgusting, but I'm transparent.
You gotta watch what you eat.
So I gotta. Well, no, I go to I went to the doctor. I got all treated. Everything's good. I still have them, but I'm all healthy. Thank
Watch what
God.
you eat, what
I
you
had a full
say, watch where you
colonoscopy.
go.
I had a full colonoscopy. I had a fucking penile. They checked everything. Thank God. Thank God I'm healthy. So anyway, this lady's creepy. Like she's a weird lady, and I swear she stares at my underwear. Like I know she does.
Because I think to her, there's a difference
I
between
think she judges people by
shit
what their
stain
underwear
and
looks
blood, right?
I'm sure she does. I'm sure
I
they
think,
do.
Yeah.
I think she's looking at it and go, look, this guy has shit stains. It's okay. It happens.
Then I thought
This guy
about
has
it.
blood stains. You have your
Oh,
period.
he got a blood. He got
You
a
have your
bloody.
period?
He got a bloody asshole, or he a
Why?
woman.
She like, oh, what you?
Oh,
what you
she's crazy, and I think
What
that
you do
that
that
They
she-
you-
definitely judge
she
people on their
probably-
clothes.
Yeah, especially
she
with
does it
the
for
blood.
everybody. And
Dirty lawns.
so I had
And
this
I
whole-
believe that he still
I
has
had this
tidy
whole thing-
whities. You know, like
no,
I just,
thank God, I can't wear tidy whities.
I
had
just-
this whole
I
thing.
just feel like
I had this whole thing in my head, like this chick is probably fucking judging everybody by their fucking stains in their underwears. Like that's pretty disgusting.
you look
and
at.
then I'm like,
you look at credit reports. She's looking at stains
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
underwear.
credit reports and houses just like a mechanic looks at a car.
You peep
He's like,
too
"Oh, look
much
at
in your
this fucking
pants. You
dirty-ass
peep
car."
too much in your pants.
This guy's a slob.
And for a split second, I was like concerned about what she thought about me,
Yeah.
and then I was like, how am I concerned about what a lady who stares at people's underwear thinks about me? Like she's staring at fucking people's dirty underwear.
Yeah, but she knows.
Do I really
she
care what
knows
she thinks
intimate
about me?
details about
Dirty
you.
underwear. She does.
knows.
But you know what? It all goes.
She
on
knows what you got in that
all
hamper.
everything. She calls me Patricia because everything goes under my girl's name. I don't. She doesn't even
She
know I'm
calls me
showing.
Patricia.
She does. She calls me Patricia.
Senor Patricia.
She goes, Patricia.
His underwear
Patricia?
is awful.
Mucho
bad.
sucio.
Eh.
Muy sucio.
But you know, it's. I'm like, I think she stares at my underwear.
She's
bro.
like, mira.
Good.
it's
She's
weird.
like, come here, come here.
So I gotta buy her. I
Why'd
think
you
I
got
got
so much blood
I think
in
I
your
gotta. I think I gotta spend thousands to get a wash and dry.
You gotta spend thousands.
I just gotta break the.
I gotta clean my underwear. I need thousands of dollars.
I can't have this lady stand on my fucking.
I'm tired of being judged by you.
My blood-stained underwear.
I would
Yeah.
feel uncomfortable giving my underwear for someone to wash.
Thousands of dollars.
I'll wash that shit myself. You know what I'm saying?
You get like a little thing. He's like at home. He's just scrubbing his own. Thousands of dollars.
On the washboard,
He's like in a bucket. Thousands of dollars. Thousands.
There's hundreds of dollars.
And then he's getting lower and lower. He's like, I got a couple hundreds of dollars.
I know there's a few people that stopped listening last year and they listen today and they go, I remember why I stopped listening.
well, it didn't take long, Sean.
no.
Did I say that?
And it always turns out like this. I don't know what it is. The common denominator is me for sure.
Well, how much did it cost?
Thousands.
How many views did it cost? Thousands of views.
So
Yeah.
so me and Trisha going washer and dryer shopping tomorrow.
It's just a lot of information right now.
I know. I definitely divulged some stuff there. It's all right.
So
It's all good.
I have.
I'm transparent. You're not
I
behind.
have, I'm looking for a $1,000 washing machine to clean my bloody underwear and
If I was Mike,
This
if I
is
was,
your conscience.
If I was Mike,
Does it come with the hemorrhoid stain remover?
no. Does it?
it has an
you
arrow
know-
that points at it and says,
Yo, you
this
know what's wild though?
It's from a
You know,
hemorrhoid.
like when
That's
you
it.
know, like
It's just a hemorrhoid.
You know,
That's
like
it.
blood stains, right? It doesn't stain my underwear. It's not.
It's here's the window of information, right?
I guess
It's full. The window's full. The window's full. Pull the window down.
I'm just listen again.
Probably doesn't reach.
When you
Yeah, no,
listen, when
no.
you talk about something that nobody else is willing to talk about,
No.
you're educating somebody
You
else.
are
or
not
you're-
educating.
Or you're helping.
You're de-educating right now. It's
You're
not
help-
even a word.
I'm helping
Yeah, I'm
somebody
making
else that has
some-
bleeding hemorrhoids.
No, I'm making something up right now.
Somebody else-
You're de-educating
You made your
people.
word up?
Yeah.
somebody
You're
else,
de-educating
somebody else might
right
have
now.
the same issue I have, and
They're not. They're
and
not
then
listening.
They're
right
not
now.
willing to talk about it like I am.
No,
'cause I don't care.
they're de-educated.
I'm here to help people. Listen, I'm just here to help you, okay? I'm just telling you, I'm here to help.
No.
Everybody has fucking asshole problems.
Yeah. You're my asshole problem.
That was good. That was good.
I threw a fastball down the middle of that one. Except he didn't strike out on this one and make me break my ankle like he did when we were 14.
But you love to bring that shit up.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That one he hit out of the park. Too bad he didn't hit the fastball in the Astoria Park. I would have fucking saved myself a whole summer in a cast.
Where was it? A story of what?
Astoria Park.
Fuck. How much did it cost you?
Over there. It was over there.
200.
200. Thousands of
We
dollars.
played baseball at the Astoria Park over there. Fucking fell
Over
into
there?
a fucking ditch. It was it was like
Patty.
6 inches so deep. I jumped over the fat third baseman. He was a fat slob. He looked like a fucking big fat
so when
piece
he
of
jumped
puddle
over,
shit.
there was this like big ditch. And so right behind the third base. And so as he jumped over, he rolled his ankle and it broke.
I didn't roll it. My toes touched my shin.
Ooh.
I went like that.
And it just snapped.
This bone, this bone.
You know, the ankle bone, this bone.
Yeah, I had some surgeries.
Mate,
I missed the whole summer.
this bone?
I
This
missed the
bone
whole
here?
summer thanks to them.
It's
Yeah.
like on Union or whatever.
Yeah. On Union and
then he
you know
went-
that block right after it? Yeah.
It's on
And then he went to Arkansas to some fucking weird lumberjack school. Came back and he was like had all those stories.
Yeah. Lumberjack school.
Built cabins. He was building cabins.
I got sent away. My mother sent me away in the court system. So the school that
really?
I went to was for kids who act up, like bad kids. But these kids were worse than I was. I wasn't even close to it. They were like predators and future criminals. It was just fucking awful. And the first couple of months I was there, I was terrified. And then I had to like defend myself. I had to learn how to fight pretty quickly. And I had gotten to a few fights at this time. I was only like 14 at that point, but nothing ever serious. It was like a couple of punches. Here, like you were kind of fighting for your life. Like half of these people that I had gone through, and I was there for 2 years. I left at like 16 before I turned 17. Half these people were like, lowlifes, future predators. Like, I mean, I've seen like shit happen to people where they would,
Yeah, that's
they would
crazy.
tell you, just like as a bring,
What's it?
and he covered up the screen, and it was just like really, that. So a lot of people don't know the full story of it, but it was supposed to be like to help you get better, like as as a kid, whatever you're doing and you're doing wrong, you're acting up. But they were like,
Remember when they put shock therapy to make you feel better too?
well, they didn't shock me. The shock was
Kind of
that
like that shit.
While
bro.
I was there,
It's part of a fucking danger house.
one of the crazy things about it was when the first couple of months I was there, there's a couple of black kids that were there, and every time they would come into my room, they would tell me that I was the devil, blonde hair, blue eyes, and they would threaten me every night. Like, we're gonna get you. And so one night they came in and they turned the lights out, and there's probably like 6 or 7 of them, and they beat the shit out of me while I was sleeping. Like, they just came in and just started
Soap
hitting
party?
me.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And
That shit is no joke.
and the second time they tried to come in after me, I was in the shower, and I pulled the shower rod down, and I started swinging it and hitting people. So after that, it stopped. Fast forward, it was like year 1 or year 2 that it was going on. I was in the shower, coming out of the shower, was drying out, and these 3 kids grabbed me and tried to push me into one of the stalls. And like I really believe that they were trying to rape me. And
Scary.
I fought them. I elbowed, kicked, punched. They pushed me down. Like, I was basically my face towards the toilet, and then like this, face down. And I fought and kicked, and I came out, and I just whatever I could grab, and I started hitting.
That's when you get into fucking survival mode, bro.
I was ready
Poking
to.
out people's eyes.
You
I
got
was
no
ready to
problem killing
balls
somebody
off,
at
I
that
had,
point.
I'll be honest, it was like maybe 15 or 16 before.
Seriously, bro.
I had no problem.
No problem killing somebody
I
at that
grabbed
point.
anything that was physical hard, like even when they were like, it's calm, they were like, what's going on? I waited, and I just ran after them, just to let them know, like, it's not going to happen to me.
Fucking stab you in the neck.
Yeah, and that's where I was. And like,
Right,
it
I'm not
wasn't
dying.
always that bad. It wasn't always that bad. But it was like, there were moments in there.
No, they
where
made
it's like,
cupcakes on Thursdays.
Yeah, after you.
I mean, it's
Rape
terrible that you have to go through that.
Rape stall
That's-
Tuesdays, cupcakes on Thursdays.
And
It's
there's a
terrible that you have to go through that.
there's a
that
couple
sucks.
of them that I know, like, and to look back and like they're either most likely they're dead, because there's no way
Yeah, no doubt.
at 14 or
'Cause
15
they're
they
all
made
pieces
it
of
to like
shit.
they were garbage people. And but I mean, unfortunately it was me that had to deal with it, and I was probably the nicest, softest, like, gentlest fucking dude that I know around me. There were other people that grew up the same thing, and they were tougher. I wasn't tough at all. I didn't know how to defend myself.
He wasn't.
That
He
might be
wasn't.
why they came after you, because you came off as like,
I was scared, terrified when I
soft,
went
nice,
in there. Yeah.
You know? People don't usually fuck with the fucking maniacs. You know what I mean?
No. But when I grabbed that shower
Turn into
rod,
a maniac.
Yeah.
when I grabbed that shower rod
She'll
and
turn
I
you into a maniac real
smashed the
quick.
shit.
Fuck yeah, it's survival, bro.
Yeah, and
don't
it
have
was,
to
I
be
was there for
like-
2.5 years. I had to go through that. Not through the whole time, but in those 2.5 years, I had a couple of incidences where I had to like defend myself. And after a while, very much like a prison, it was like I grab certain things, like we go to sleep that would buy my bed, and have a place where they're stashed that if in case anybody came in there, I had something to defend myself with.
Do you dedicate the flap in your hair to the 2 years you
Yeah, that's where I hide my
Dude,
razor
he got a
blades.
weapon in exactly.
I
He's
hide
gonna
my
turn that
razor
hair
blades.
into something
You know
he's gonna
the
stab
flap?
you with.
You know
the flap? Are you impressed with that flap?
Do you know
Shit
the
is fresh,
Do you know
man.
the
It looks
Peaky,
good.
Peaky Blinders? They
Got a
put
nice
their
cut, nice outfit. Yeah.
Yo, he's fashionista.
The Peaky Blinders put their blades in the front. I put my blade in the back. I'm like, yo, I don't want any trouble.
Yo, I'm only throwing shade at him because I'm very jelly. Did I say that right? I said that very current.
You did.
I'm only
Did I
throwing
say
shade-
that very
I'm
current?
only throwing shade because
Are they
I'm very
still
jelly.
talking about that in 2021?
This is your conscience.
Nah, 'cause you
jelly
know-
is
Yo, it's
not
almost
the word.
2022.
We used to borrow sneakers.
sneakers.
We used to trade sneakers back in the day.
And then he grew to like a
Lottos,
size
Lottos,
13.
Lottos.
I was gonna say you guys
Yeah,
don't
my
look
feet
like
got
the
too
same
big.
size sneaker.
No, but we were the same size for like 6 months in 1992. No, it's probably like 89.
1990. By 91,
Yeah,
he was 6
yeah,
foot
91,
thick.
I started growing. That's when I got big.
There was three between you, me, and Cookie. We shared a lot of stuff, and Cookie was a little bit bigger, but between shirts and
Like, he
sneakers,
was a lot bigger.
A lot bigger.
You just need a big belt to wear his shit.
Yeah, you need a belt and a little extra.
Oh, we had a debate. We were talking about. Speaking of Cookie, you know what? I hope he's listening. Our boy Ray. There's a guy we love.
Come
He's
to
like a
see.
brother.
We're gonna
He's a
come
brother.
see him.
And a lot like. See,
I think he's coming up here in December.
You don't always have to agree. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you don't agree with shit. But I got suspended from fucking Facebook, so I couldn't respond to his response to me.
Everybody laughing.
They hit him. He's hitting them hard. He's like,
Everybody started laughing at that.
So
You're three voices laughing.
so I'm gonna respond to him now because I have the fucking floor.
Cookie.
I think I have like an hour left, and my suspension,
You might have less than
my
an hour.
suspension's
but-
over in about an hour.
15 minutes.
No, but no, it was about the dude in the Rittenhouse dude, right? So my comment essentially ultimately was this, and I'm very fucking even across the board in my thought process with everybody. Scumbag's a scumbag. I don't give a fuck who you are. A riot. All I said was, if you riot and you get shot, don't complain about it. You're a fucking rioter. You deserve what you get. That's it. It's very simple. If you have the ability and the mindset to destroy property, because what happens is you're turning into a fucking a dangerous situation for whoever lives in that area. That's it. So you're a rioter. You're making a dangerous situation. Period. So all I said was, I don't agree. Like, the kid was on the stand with crocodile tears. Remember, I said at the office, he's in crocodile tears. He's crying. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But
he rubbed his eyes
but-
while he was crying.
but, like,
oh, that's the sign that you know
We
somebody's
had-
working hard at
we
it.
had the trial on at the office, but I'm like, the kid's fucking full of shit crying, but whatever. But the kid that got shot, he was the worst witness ever to have up there. Because they kept asking him, did you do this? Yes. They attacked him. He admitted to everything.
Yeah, but
they
the
did.
prosecution's the guy that the prosecution the dude in the black shirt, I forgot his name, and they were like, what? Everything that he said, he was like, yeah. So what did you feel? I was like, I knew I was gonna shoot that. If he came, I turned my gun sideways. No, you didn't turn it sideways. He goes, no, yeah, I actually did. I turned it sideways, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna shoot this
Dude,
guy. And they were like. The prosecution brought up a guy who was supposed to say like he was defending himself, and here he is saying, "Yeah,
He's gonna shoot him.
I'm going to shoot him."
That he was out there going to shoot it on purpose.
That he
So-
knew that somebody he was with told him, "You guys better watch out because if you
He's
come
coming
back,
with the-
we're
he's
coming
coming
back."
with the gun,
This
yeah.
is what he's saying, and the prosecution's like, "You see,
It was crazy.
in the middle with the camera." The prosecutor goes,
They had his picture.
I saw that clip. I didn't see what happened with
Anthony,
that,
they
but I
had
saw the guy.
They
and the
had
guy,
his picture as the star. It was like
Yo,
prosecution-
star witness.
of all time. He
"Hey, yo,"
basically-
and the prosecutor's like this the whole time.
I saw that.
Please
part.
don't say that.
Crazy.
Please,
He-
shut the.
but-
Look, you know.
no, but anyway, all I said was they all deserve to be shot if you're out there. So I
That's
got
a little
suspended.
extreme. You know what I'm saying? Do you think someone, if they're rioting, should lose their life over
Yes,
it?
absolutely.
I don't.
I don't think
about
they
that,
should.
man.
I don't think they should. I think if it does happen, I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying.
Wait,
I'm not saying.
I think they should. No, I mean, I'm not saying
No,
they
no,
should.
no.
But if you
No,
lose your life,
there's a
it's
big-
okay.
There's a big
If you
difference
lose your life,
between-
it's okay.
There's a big difference between I think it should happen as opposed to I think that if it does happen, sucks to be you.
Yeah, but what
big
are the
difference?
What are the circumstances really?
You're rioting. Listen, let me tell you something. You know what the difference between a good fucking kid and a bad kid is? A good kid ain't gonna riot. So my boy Cookie, who I love.
So hold on.
Cookie said to me-
But you
Cookie
can
said
find
to-
moments
I
where
would
rioting
riot.
was
I'd light shit on
necessary.
fire.
You think you could find moments
Never.
where never?
Well, no.
No. You
I'm
keep
talking
that-
I'm talking about in a sense of rioting in the streets, burning property, shit like that.
Okay.
No, there's no sense. There's no time ever.
So if we go back and let's go back in time.
Yeah, you're gonna go back to time. Go ahead.
Okay. And you go and forget about now. Like let's go back and you go. You could sing that song and whatever the fuck it is, you can hold on to it. You can put it in a cup and you get a little piece of it later.
Good.
You don't think there was ever a moment that people felt like that rioting was the only way they're going to be heard?
Tell me. You obviously have a time, man.
No,
Tell
I
me
don't.
when-
I'm just saying, like,
no,
I'm gonna go back.
No, I'm not saying they don't think they had a time. All I'm saying is, if you're rioting and you're breaking shit and burning shit, and you could potentially be a menace and a danger to somebody, and you get shot.
So what after?
Then don't
shh.
complain and don't have your mom on the fucking news going.
Okay, yeah, but
"He
that's
was such
modern
a good
day.
boy.
That's
No.
modern now. I'm talking about like
'Cause you know what I'm not doing?
When they
I'm
were
not rioting.
when they were peaceful protesting in Selma, right?
That's not rioting.
They rioted after that though.
Because they got shot.
That's the okay. Without yelling, yes, that's the point.
Yeah, but Mike, you're bringing up stupid shit.
No,
though.
no, it's not stupid.
Yeah, because
how is that stupid?
Because nothing in Katona, Washington, even just brought
Right,
about
that's
that
not
riot.
what I said.
What those guys were
That's
doing.
not what I said.
Listen.
That's not what I said.
You're comparing apples to orange
No, we're
to
not.
onions. Okay, let me tell you something.
You're comparing
right.
apples to different apples.
No,
That's all.
just listen.
Green
to me.
apples to
Just
red
listen.
apples.
The shit that went on in Katona, there was it was the same thing that was going on in all the fucking cities around the country. They found out that there was going to be a big fucking mass riot. Okay, they admitted it. These fucking scumbags.
So
were
I just
busting,
asked, did
they
you
were
think that
busting-
any time
Mike,
riot?
they were-
Stop yelling.
They
Stop
were,
screaming.
let me finish. They were busing people in. So people knew these things were happening. So did this kid premeditate that he knew they were coming in and he had the gun? Yes, he did. But time and time again, these riots were burning properties, burning fucking car dealerships, burning businesses, and people are like, oh, you could get that back. It's a business. A life means so much more. Hold on. What if the guy fucking throws a Molotov cocktail
What
into a
if?
business
But that's
and
the same
turns
thing.
it and burns
I
himself
was-
on fire?
Without
Are you gonna still
hold on.
call him a martyr?
Without yelling, I'm just going to tell you. You just gave me a what if. I was giving you a what if, but you didn't want to hear that what if, right? So how are you by yelling it? How does your point get across more?
Because I'm louder than you.
Okay, a little bit.
I think we shouldn't cast such a broad brush.
I
that's-
do.
that's
when
what
when
he
it comes
does.
to
That's what he
rioters,
does.
I do when it comes to rioters. Absolutely, dude. Just like the dudes in D.C. Shoot them. You know how you stop somebody from
Okay.
fucking because you know what you. Let me,
All right, I disagree,
Can
but
all right,
go ahead.
All right,
I
how
get
about
it.
this? I'm gonna
I
bring.
disagree.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up an example. Perfect example. The
Why
LA
not tase him instead of shoot him?
The LA riots.
How about pepper
The
spray?
LA riots.
Something like that.
The LA riots. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened in the LA riots? What did they? What was the damage? The billions of damage done in LA, and how many people were killed?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know because nobody remembers. They pulled that trucker out of his fucking truck delivering food and murdered him in the street.
They
right?
didn't murder him.
They murdered him.
No, he survived.
They
he was in
murdered
court.
him.
No, he
No,
survived.
he
He
survived in court. He said actually later on he said
Who got killed? This somebody got killed.
but not that guy.
People
The
got
guy
killed,
that
not
you're
that
talking
guy.
about. You know,
somebody pulled out of a car got
That's
killed.
one example.
Hold on.
That's one extreme
No,
example.
Yeah, but
I'm
hold
just
on.
telling
Bring
you.
it down. Bring it
This is
down.
what
Bring it down. Bring it
riots-
down. Bring it
This
down.
is. It's not one example. It's what riots can
feel
turn
like that
into.
should have been a song.
It's
Bring it
not
down,
what
bring it down,
riot.
bring it down.
It's what riots
You're
turn
angry.
into.
Yeah, he's angry.
So
He's angry.
riot because if you know what it is because
You just because we disagree.
I
that's
don't
all.
know because I don't get anybody who defends the.
I'm
you
not
wanna
defending the
Yeah,
rioters.
you are. You said would there ever a good time to riot? You did.
No, but he's not.
That's not
he's not
defending
defending
it.
them.
That's not defending it. It's
All
the
right,
complete opposite of defending it.
hold on. You have
Defending
you have a mom and pop shop, okay? And like for instance, next
People
door,
who like riots don't own shit. That's what it is.
Next
Yeah, but
door.
nobody
hold on,
said
hold on.
I fucking love riots.
Hold on a
Nobody
minute.
said that.
You love riots.
Hold on a minute. Like next door, the butcher shop down on the corner. They've been there for years. They turn around. We have a riot, and they burn their shop down. You think that's fair?
Nobody cares about them. Because
No, I don't think it's
fair.
no, I don't think it's
So
fair.
then how come
Okay,
But
so
how-
hold on.
don't
So if he
fabricate to
comes
tell me
out,
that
why
I'm
does
fucking.
it-
no.
Don't fabricate
But
to tell
Mike-
me that I support.
But why does
fucking-
this
Hold on a minute.
This is going way too
That's what
fast.
this is
Hold on
about.
a
This is
minute.
going way too
Hold on a
fast.
minute. If he comes out, and he comes out with a machete, and kills one,
he's going to
he
jail.
wrong?
Yeah, of course he is.
I didn't know. Nobody. First of all,
Is his neighbor wrong for helping him? If the neighbor
No,
on the
not
corner?
at all. Nobody ever said. No words were ever like about that I support a fucking rioter and somebody to burn down another business. That's a fabricated fucking story. Like it doesn't get any more fake news than what you just did.
Fake news.
I never
Attacks
said
Mike.
that. What I said was you about the rioters.
you're a
I
rioter
said,
lover.
hold on, shut up. Shut up. I said, do you think that all rioters should be killed? Right? Is
I
that
didn't
your
say
feeling?
that. I said no.
You said yes.
No, I said no. I did not. I said if.
Oh, so wait, that's fake news?
I said it. They
So
should.
wait, you just told me I was.
Hold
Oh,
on.
come on! Don't
Hold
get
on.
sensitive.
Hold
You
on,
can-
hold on, hold
play
on,
it
hold
back.
on, hold on.
Go
hold
ahead.
on.
You
could
can
play it back what
but
I
you
said.
just fake
I
news
said if they
me,
happen,
though.
got
you
receipts,
can-
hold on.
I'm gonna get both
Studio
of them right
mic?
now.
just
I'm gonna
faked
get
news.
both of them right
Studio
now.
mic,
Hold on,
right?
hold on.
Got receipts.
Studio mic.
We got a riot going on. Okay.
Yep.
Sean calls you and says, Mike, I'm at the bar. I'm going to spend the night at the bar because these motherfuckers are in the neighborhood. And
Do you really want to know the answer to
Hold
that
on.
question?
And they're tearing shit up. Mike, you want to come out here and give me a hand? Just in case so they don't tear my shit up. You go out there. You get confronted. You're outside. You get confronted by one of them, right? They throw something at you. They try to hit you with a bottle.
Okay.
They miss.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The attempt is there, right?
Yeah.
You go inside. You come out with a bat, and you fucking crack them over the head. Are you a vigilante because you came from wherever
The world
you
will
came?
paint you as a killer.
Maybe the world would look at me. Look at me
Yeah,
that
but that's
way.
the
So are you?
problem.
Hold on.
That's the problem, Mike.
So
The
are
world-
you?
The world.
You're not a killer.
You're not a killer.
No,
You're
but
not a
that's the
killer.
not a
problem, though.
But
the
the-
world looks at you as a killer, though.
So are you a vigilante? Yes or no?
No, you're
No.
not a vigilante
No,
either.
not
You're
at all.
protecting your
So
business.
then why is this kid painted as a killer?
because that's
I don't know, but
that's-
here's the point.
Mike,
I never
that's
said that
Because he killed two
I
people.
support fucking rioters. I never said that.
I forget to get off that, Mike. Mike, the point is that the
Yeah, but so
society.
whatever
no,
I say-
because we're talking about this situation. Society says that, and this is a fact. I don't care what anybody says, dude. There's no debating this. Society right now in 2021, in November of 2021, society says that authority doesn't have any more say over a criminal. So criminality is embraced, and not only embraced, it's fucking. There's no accountability.
Okay.
People are creating a crime, are committing crimes. People, dude, look at it across the country, bro.
Yes,
It's
but
disgusting.
so
There's-
what
there's been-
are you trying to tell me?
I'm
What are you
just-
trying to educate me on?
I'm not educating you on nothing. I'm telling you that the reason why we're in a fucking disaster shit zone is because more people are going to complain about this kid shooting fucking rioters instead of saying, yes, don't riot. This is what happens, cause and effect. If you stay home and get a fucking education and get a job instead of trying to burn somebody's business down, you won't get shot. That's the lesson in life. And there's nothing wrong with that lesson.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So
stay home.
you have
Go
the-
to school,
you
bro.
have the- you have the final-
Don't be a
you have the
rioter.
final answer.
No, you can talk all you want, Mike. I'm
No,
just saying.
but that
Okay.
was your point.
To me, it's that simple.
Your point was
dude.
to say that to tell me that
To me, it's
I
that simple.
supported a fucking
Cut off
rioter,
the feed?
right? Like, did he cut the feet out?
Did I?
Probably.
What feed? Oh, I just moved my bag.
Is
Sorry.
the show still on?
The bottle.
Yeah,
the bottle.
no, keep the bag out of
The
there.
bottle.
He spilled
So
it.
sorry, but
No,
before
no,
we go,
this was a full.
before we
spilled it
go,
on the
I
air.
do want to have this one last thing because as lucky as this show is, we got one supporter for us. It's Undaunted Jewelry, men's jewelry, right? You get the cracked ring,
think
you
we
got
still
the
have 'em?
skulls. Yeah, I do because they like me, not you so much.
Sponsored by Louisville Slugger.
Yeah, sponsored
No,
by.
I looked
that
at this
guy.
website. It should have.
Sponsored
So-
by
That's
good
Louisville
stuff.
Slugger.
So if you know somebody that likes like skull jewelry, watches, bracelets, rings, go to Undaunted Jewelry, and if you like anything, put in the promo code. It's a coupon, Mike and Sean Show 2.0. You get a deal, 20% off. That's on us. How's that?
Wow, that was really fast. Dude, let's do it again.
I said you got to
Un-
tag us.
That wasn't
good.
fast.
That was good commercial. All right, so I wasn't fast.
Let's
I'm sorry.
try it
Let's do it again. though,
again.
because we like
so, I would like to express to you out there, if anybody's listening and you know somebody that likes men's jewelry,
Undaunted.
rings, bracelets, necklaces, and watches,
Undaunted.
especially some skull jewelry, a lot of cool stuff on there. Go up to
Undaunted.com.
Undaunted Jewelry. And if you put in the Mike and Sean Show 2.0,
Undaunted.
20% off for you. Minus the over-speaking conversation from the
Undaunted.
Pretend Vader,
.com.
Yoga Vader.
Mike
Go
and
to
Sean
Undaunted,
2.0.
Undaunted.
Undaunted.com.
It is, Jess. Go to undaunted.com. Get yourself some fresh fucking jewelry.
Mike and Sean
Enjoy.
2.0.
Get some
Go
skull.
to
Mike and Sean
undaunted.com.
Show.
Get that shit.
Mike and Sean Show
Go
2.0.
get that shit. 2.0.
Go get
the
it.
Discount.
And
Mike
that
Sean
is how we end the show with our special guest, Anthony, the master
Thank you
of
very
real
much
estate.
for having me.
Master of real estate.
Thank you very
Sean,
much.
the mouth of the South that never fucking quits. And me, the king of all.
I hate rioters.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
rioters. Yeah.
Studio Mike. Shout out to
Mikey
Studio
D
Mike.
and Studio
Studio
Mike.
Mike always
Rocking out.
the magician that puts this shit all
An
together.
amazing show once again.
Mixed
Are you
Vibes
ready,
Radio
sir?
guys, listen,
Like,
mixedvibesradio.com.
and share. Let everybody know.
Everybody, check
this
all
show
the
is
shows
bigger
out.
and better than before. It's going to be fantastic. And you know
Check
what?
them all out.
Check them all out.
A-Team Real Estate Group. Thank you.
18.
A-Team. A-Team.
Wow, I made a